In a world filled with distractions, noise, and endless opinions, there's a rare group of people who seem to move through life with clarity and purpose. They stand out not because of luck or privilege, but because they live by principles that allow them to rise above challenges and thrive. These individuals don't allow themselves to get swept up in chaos. Instead, they remain grounded, focused, and intentional about every action they take. It's not that life doesn't throw obstacles their way, far from it. But they've learned how to navigate these storms without losing their center. What sets these people apart? It's the quiet wisdom they carry with them, built not from following trends or chasing after short-term gains, but from adhering to a set of timeless rules that sharpen their minds and strengthen their hearts. These are people who know how to maintain their composure when others are falling apart, who stay focused when the world around them is filled with distractions. They don't waste time on what doesn't matter. Instead, they prioritize the things that bring them closer to their goals, their purpose, and ultimately, their own peace of mind. At the core of these principles is something ancient, something rooted in a philosophy that has guided some of the greatest thinkers, leaders, and innovators throughout history. This philosophy isn't about gaining power over others, but about mastering oneself. It teaches that real strength doesn't come from controlling the outside world. It comes from learning to control our inner world. Those who practice these principles understand that real wisdom lies in accepting life as it is, while still striving to make the best of every situation. They don't waste time fighting what cannot be changed, and they don't get caught up in the opinions or criticisms of others. Their focus is internal, rooted in their values and personal growth. But this mindset isn't something they were born with. It's something they have chosen, something they practice daily. It's a way of life that demands discipline, self-awareness, and, most importantly, resilience. The world around us is constantly changing, and challenges will always arise. But for those who follow these guiding rules, every obstacle becomes an opportunity for growth. Every setback becomes a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and strength. These individuals aren't interested in shortcuts or quick fixes. They understand that real success, whether in their personal lives, careers, or relationships, comes from patience and persistence. They don't rush the process because they know that everything worthwhile takes time. They've learned to value the journey as much as the destination, and they focus on becoming better, not just achieving more. While others are fixated on external success, money, fame, approval from others, this group knows that true fulfillment comes from within. There's a quiet power that comes with following this path. It's a strength that doesn't need to be announced or validated by others. It's the kind of power that lets someone walk into any room with confidence, knowing they are in control of themselves, no matter what happens around them. While others may react impulsively, lose their temper, or crumble under pressure, these individuals remain steady, grounded by their internal compass. They don't allow emotions to dictate their actions, and they certainly don't let the opinions of others throw them off course. Their lives are guided by purpose, not by fleeting desires or temporary setbacks. But this way of living isn't easy. It requires constant effort and a deep commitment to personal growth. Every day presents a new challenge, a new test of patience, discipline, or courage. But for those who live by these rules, each test is an opportunity to become better, to refine their character, and to strengthen their resolve. They don't fear failure, they welcome it as part of the process. Failure to them isn't an endpoint, it's a lesson. And each lesson brings them closer to mastering themselves and the world around them. Living by these principles also brings a deep sense of freedom. It frees people from the anxiety of trying to control everything and everyone. It frees them from the need for constant validation or approval from others. It frees them from the emotional turbulence that comes from worrying about things beyond their control. Instead, they focus on what they can influence: their thoughts, their actions, their responses to life's challenges. This focus brings a sense of peace and clarity that most people never experience. At the heart of this philosophy is the understanding that we are responsible for our own happiness. The world doesn't owe us anything, and we can't control what happens to us. But we can always control how we respond. We can choose to face life with courage, humility, and wisdom. We can choose to learn from our mistakes rather than be defeated by them. We can choose to stay focused on what matters rather than be distracted by what doesn't. And in doing so, we can create lives of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment. The path to this way of living isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. It requires letting go of things we cannot change and embracing the challenges that we can. It requires listening more than we speak, learning from our failures, and keeping our emotions in check, even when things get tough. It means understanding that time is our most valuable resource and that how we spend it matters more than anything else. It means staying humble, no matter how much we achieve, and always striving to grow, no matter how much we've already learned. For those who choose this path, life becomes less about the external and more about the internal. It becomes less about chasing after things and more about becoming the kind of person who attracts the right things naturally. It's about integrity, about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It's about seeing every adversity as an opportunity to build strength and wisdom. It's about learning to be self-reliant while also knowing when to ask for help. And above all, it's about staying curious, never stopping, never settling, never believing that you've learned all there is to know. This way of living isn't just for the privileged few. It's available to anyone who is willing to commit to these rules and make them a part of their daily life. It doesn't matter where you're starting from or what challenges you're facing right now. What matters is the willingness to grow, to learn, and to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Those who follow these rules find that life opens up in ways they never thought possible. They discover strengths within themselves they never knew existed, and they achieve a level of success, fulfillment, and peace that others only dream of. The question is, are you ready to follow this path? Are you ready to commit to living with purpose, to staying grounded, to valuing your time and focusing on your growth? If so, you'll find that these rules will not only transform the way you live, they'll transform the way you see the world and your place in it. What lies ahead is a journey of self-discovery, wisdom, and personal mastery. And for those who choose to follow these principles, the rewards are immeasurable. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to get lost in the chaos of what we can't control. The weight of the world can press down, making it seem like everything is falling apart. But the truth is, not everything demands our influence. There's a certain freedom in recognizing what belongs within our grasp and what doesn't. It's a lesson that smart people understand deeply, to focus only on what they can control and to release the rest. This mindset allows them to find peace where others find frustration, to move forward when others get stuck. Every day presents new situations where control seems tempting, yet those who have mastered this principle know better. When a sudden storm arises in life, whether it's a failed opportunity, a broken relationship, or an unforeseen obstacle, smart people don't waste energy trying to bend reality to their will. Instead, they accept the situation as it is and turn their attention inward, toward their reactions, decisions, and perspectives. This inner work is where their power lies. In moments of frustration, when life doesn't go as planned, It's natural to want to fix everything. Yet, smart people have the wisdom to step back and ask themselves one key question. Is this something I can control? If the answer is no, they release it. This act of letting go doesn't mean giving up. Rather, it's a way of protecting their energy and mental clarity. They choose not to fight battles that aren't theirs to win. This approach allows them to direct their energy toward the areas where they can actually make a difference. Control is often an illusion. Many people spend their lives in a futile pursuit of trying to control outcomes that are far beyond their reach, whether it's another person's actions, the course of global events, or the past itself. Smart individuals don't fall into this trap. They recognize that trying to control the uncontrollable only leads to stress, anxiety, and frustration. Instead, they focus on what is truly within their power, their own thoughts, choices, and responses. This ability to focus inward doesn't come naturally for most. It's a practice that takes time and discipline, but once developed, it becomes a source of immense strength. Smart people cultivate the habit of monitoring their internal dialogue, filtering out thoughts that revolve around things they cannot change. They don't waste time dwelling on the what-ifs or the could-have-beens. Instead, they stay present, focused on what they can do here and now. Accepting the limits of one's control isn't about resigning to fate. It's about understanding the distinction between what can be shaped by effort and what is simply part of life's unpredictable nature. Smart people understand that life is full of variables that no amount of planning can account for. This realization doesn't make them passive. It makes them strategic. They pour their energy into the areas where effort has a real impact, instead of scattering it across fruitless pursuits. There is a peace that comes with this acceptance. When faced with challenges, smart people don't rush to fix everything. Instead, they assess what's in front of them with clarity. They separate the problem into two parts: what they can influence and what they can't. For the parts that lie beyond their influence, they let go without regret, knowing that their peace of mind is far more valuable than attempting the impossible. This mindset shift doesn't mean they avoid responsibility. On the contrary, smart people take full ownership of the areas within their control. They don't make excuses for their own failures or missteps. Instead, they hold themselves accountable for what they can improve, learn from their mistakes, and move forward. Their ability to embrace responsibility while releasing the uncontrollable is what sets them apart. Often, people become emotionally attached to outcomes. Whether it's the success of a project or the behavior of a loved one, attachment to these external factors can cause stress. Smart people understand that while they can influence these outcomes to a degree, they cannot control them entirely. By detaching from the need to control every outcome, they protect their emotional well-being. This detachment allows them to remain calm, even when things don't go their way. There's an element of wisdom in understanding the unpredictability of life. Even the most carefully laid plans can be disrupted by forces beyond anyone's control. Smart people accept this truth with grace. They don't waste time lamenting over disruptions. Instead, they pivot. Flexibility becomes their strength. They adapt to new circumstances, not by force, but by flowing with the changes, directing their focus to where they can still exert influence. This approach is not one of defeat, but of empowerment. By focusing on what they can control, smart people empower themselves to make better decisions. They understand that their actions and reactions are the only things they can truly control. With this mindset, they approach life's challenges with a clear head and a steady heart, making them more effective in the long run. Emotional control is another key aspect of this mindset. While others may react impulsively to difficult situations, smart people keep their emotions in check. They understand that emotions, left unchecked, can cloud judgment and lead to poor decisions. By maintaining emotional balance, they ensure that their actions are driven by reason, not by fleeting feelings. This allows them to navigate even the most stressful situations with poise. Learning to release what can't be controlled is one of the most liberating lessons smart people practice. They know that holding on to things beyond their influence only causes suffering. By releasing control, they free themselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations. This freedom allows them to focus on their personal growth, relationships, and goals without the unnecessary weight of trying to manage every aspect of life. People who cling to control often struggle with anxiety and stress. Smart individuals, however, avoid these pitfalls by consistently practicing acceptance. They remind themselves that control is limited, and the only thing they truly have power over is their response to the circumstances they face. This simple truth brings them a sense of calm, even in the midst of chaos. It's easy to become reactive when things don't go according to plan, but smart people resist the urge to react emotionally. Instead, they pause, reflect, and then decide how to respond. This deliberate approach prevents them from being swept up in the emotional tides that often accompany life's challenges. By controlling their reactions, they maintain their inner balance and avoid being overwhelmed by external circumstances. This ability to pause and reflect before reacting is one of the most powerful tools smart people possess. It allows them to navigate even the most difficult situations with grace and composure. While others may lash out or give in to frustration, they remain calm, using reason to guide their actions. This level-headedness often results in better outcomes, as they make decisions based on logic rather than emotion. Acceptance of what cannot be controlled also extends to people. Smart individuals recognize that they cannot control the thoughts, actions, or beliefs of others. They don't waste time trying to change people or force them to see things their way. Instead, they focus on managing their own responses and interactions. This creates healthier relationships built on respect and understanding, rather than frustration and control. In relationships, this mindset creates a sense of freedom. By not trying to control others, smart people allow their relationships to flourish naturally. They understand that true connection comes from acceptance, not from manipulation. This openness fosters trust and mutual respect, making their relationships stronger and more fulfilling. When life presents challenges, smart people don't run from them. Instead, they face them head-on, knowing that while they can't control the situation, they can control how they handle it. This resilience gives them the strength to overcome even the toughest obstacles. They see challenges as opportunities for growth, not as reasons to give up. Their focus remains on what they can do, not on what they can't. This proactive approach allows them to stay focused on solutions rather than problems. They don't dwell on the negatives or let obstacles discourage them. Instead, they ask themselves what actions they can take to improve the situation. This forward-thinking mindset keeps them moving toward their goals, even when the path isn't clear. By focusing on what is within their control, smart people become more resilient. They don't crumble under pressure or give up when things get tough. Instead, they adapt, learn, and grow stronger with each challenge. This resilience is what allows them to keep pushing forward, even when others might give up. While others may see challenges as setbacks, smart people view them as stepping stones. They understand that growth often comes from difficulty, and they embrace the challenges that come their way. This mindset allows them to turn adversity into opportunity, making them stronger and more capable with each experience. In the end, it's not about controlling everything in life, it's about controlling oneself. Smart people know that their power lies not in manipulating the world around them, but in mastering their own thoughts, actions, and responses. By focusing on what they can control, they unlock a deeper sense of peace and purpose. This allows them to live with intention, free from the anxieties and frustrations that come from trying to control the uncontrollable. The ability to control oneself is not limited to actions and decisions. It extends into the realm of communication as well. After all, the way we speak, or choose not to, plays a major role in how we navigate life. For those who have mastered the art of control, silence becomes a powerful tool, often more effective than any words they could say. Silence, when practiced with intention, carries with it wisdom, observation, and an inner calm that words alone cannot convey. It's through silence that smart individuals find clarity, peace, and a deeper understanding of the world around them. In a world that values noise, where everyone is quick to speak, voice opinions, or fill every quiet moment with chatter, smart people know the value of pausing and simply listening. They don't rush to fill the air with their thoughts. Instead, they let silence do its work. This silence is not passive. It is active, a conscious choice that allows them to process the world with greater depth. It's through these moments of quiet that they pick up on details others miss, gaining insights that those caught up in the noise never see. Silence is a discipline, and like any discipline, it requires practice. Most people are uncomfortable with silence, seeing it as a void that needs to be filled. But smart individuals embrace it. They know that not every situation requires words, and in fact, speaking too soon or too often can lead to misunderstanding or lost opportunities. By practicing silence, they give themselves the space to think before they act, to observe before they engage. This measured approach not only leads to wiser decisions, but also to better relationships, as they take the time to truly understand before responding. Listening is a skill that smart people cultivate alongside silence. They know that while everyone can hear, not everyone truly listens. Listening goes beyond just hearing words. It's about understanding the meaning behind those words, the context, the emotions, and the unspoken. By practicing deep listening, they gather more information than those who are quick to speak. This not only makes them more empathetic, but also more strategic. Listening gives them an edge in conversations, negotiations, and relationships because they can respond with thoughtfulness rather than reactiveness. The practice of silence also brings a sense of humility. Smart people know that they don't have all the answers, and they are not afraid to admit it. Instead of trying to dominate conversations with their opinions, they remain open to learning from others. Their silence reflects a quiet confidence, an understanding that wisdom doesn't always come from being the loudest voice in the room. By listening more and speaking less, they demonstrate a respect for others' perspectives, making them more approachable and trusted in any setting. In silence, smart people also find clarity. While others may be quick to speak, often without fully understanding the situation, they take the time to process and reflect. This reflection allows them to sift through the noise, to separate what is important from what is irrelevant. In doing so, they avoid the common pitfall of saying things they later regret. Their words, when they do speak, carry more weight because they are considered, deliberate, and purposeful. They know that once spoken, words cannot be taken back, and so they choose them wisely. Through silence, smart individuals also become better observers. When others are busy talking, they are noticing details, the subtle shifts in body language, the tone behind words, the reactions of others. These observations give them a deeper understanding of the dynamics at play, whether in personal conversations or in larger social situations. This heightened awareness allows them to navigate complex interactions with greater skill, as they are always one step ahead, seeing what others do not. Listening more and speaking less also builds patience. While it can be tempting to jump into conversations or offer opinions immediately, smart people resist this urge. They understand that true wisdom often lies in waiting, in allowing others to speak first, and in gathering all the information before making a judgment. This patience gives them a calm presence, one that others naturally gravitate toward. In a world where many people rush to be heard, their quiet confidence stands out. Another benefit of practicing silence is the power of observation. When smart people choose to be silent, they are not simply withdrawing from conversations. They are paying close attention to what's being said, and more importantly, what's not being said. In silence, they notice the gaps, the hesitations, and the underlying emotions of those around them. This awareness gives them a clearer understanding of any situation, allowing them to respond in a way that is thoughtful and well-informed. In conversations, silence can be a powerful tool for encouraging others to open up. When people are met with silence, they often feel compelled to fill the space with more information. Smart individuals use this to their advantage, allowing the other person to reveal more than they might have initially intended. By giving others the space to speak freely, they gather valuable insights, all without saying a word. Silence also protects smart people from the dangers of speaking impulsively. In moments of anger or frustration, it can be easy to say something that might later be regretted. But those who practice silence have learned the value of holding back, of letting emotions settle before responding. This discipline prevents unnecessary conflict and ensures that their words are always measured and purposeful. Silence in these moments becomes a shield against rash decisions and heated arguments. One of the most important aspects of practicing silence is the ability to listen deeply. Smart people understand that listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about understanding the emotions and intentions behind those words. They listen not only with their ears, but with their minds and hearts, picking up on subtle cues that others might miss. This depth of listening allows them to connect more meaningfully with others, as they show that they are truly present in the conversation. Silence also creates space for introspection. While others might be quick to fill every moment with noise or distraction, smart people use silence as an opportunity for reflection. They take the time to think about their actions, their goals, and their progress. This quiet time is essential for personal growth, as it allows them to evaluate their choices and make adjustments where necessary. Without this space for reflection, it would be easy to get lost in the constant hustle of daily life. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone seems to be talking, those who can practice silence stand out. They understand that not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every moment needs to be filled with noise. By embracing silence, they create a sense of calm and control, both within themselves and in their interactions with others. This calmness is magnetic, drawing people toward them because they offer something rare, the space to be heard and understood. Silence also fosters curiosity. When smart people listen more than they speak, they open themselves up to learning. They don't assume they know everything, and they are always willing to hear new perspectives. This openness to learning is what sets them apart, as they are constantly evolving, growing, and expanding their understanding of the world. Their silence is not a withdrawal, but an invitation for deeper exploration. Another key aspect of silence is that it allows smart people to conserve energy. Speaking requires effort, and constantly engaging in conversations can be draining. By practicing silence, they reserve their energy for when it's truly needed. They don't feel the need to fill every silence with words, and as a result, They are more focused and intentional when they do choose to speak. This energy conservation allows them to stay sharp and engaged, even in long or challenging discussions. Listening also builds stronger relationships. When smart people take the time to truly listen to others, they show that they value the other person's thoughts and feelings. This act of listening builds trust and rapport, as it demonstrates that they are not just waiting for their turn to speak, but are genuinely interested in what the other person has to say. Over time, this creates deeper and more meaningful connections. In negotiations, silence can be a powerful tactic. Smart individuals know that the one who speaks first often loses leverage. By remaining silent, they give the other party room to reveal more information, make concessions, or even second-guess their position. This strategic use of silence gives them an upper hand, allowing them to navigate negotiations with confidence and skill. Silence also serves as a form of protection. In situations where the conversation becomes heated or emotional, smart people use silence to de-escalate the situation. They don't engage in arguments or respond to provocations. Instead, they remain calm, allowing the storm to pass without being drawn into it. This restraint not only protects their peace of mind, but also prevents conflicts from escalating unnecessarily. Another benefit of practicing silence is that it encourages others to think more deeply. When smart people withhold immediate responses, they create space for the other person to reflect on their own words. This pause often leads to more thoughtful conversations, as both parties take the time to consider their responses carefully. In this way, silence fosters more meaningful and productive dialogue. By practicing silence, smart people also avoid the trap of over-explaining themselves. They understand that not every situation requires justification or defense. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. This quiet confidence speaks volumes, showing that they are secure in their decisions and do not feel the need to convince others of their worth or choices. In group settings, silence allows smart individuals to observe the dynamics at play. While others may rush to contribute, they take a step back to assess the situation fully. This gives them a clearer understanding of the group's dynamics, allowing them to contribute more effectively when the time is right. Their silence is not passive. It is a strategic decision that enhances their overall influence. Through silence, smart people learn to control their impulses. Whether in a heated conversation or a moment of temptation, they use silence as a buffer, giving themselves time to think before acting. This self-control allows them to make better decisions and avoid unnecessary mistakes. In many ways, silence becomes a tool for mastering oneself, helping them stay grounded and focused. Finally, silence creates space for creativity. When smart people allow themselves moments of quiet, free from the noise of the world, they open themselves up to new ideas and insights. It is in these moments of stillness that their best ideas often emerge. By embracing silence, they tap into their inner creativity and wisdom, allowing them to approach life's challenges with fresh perspectives and innovative solutions. Silence teaches patience, and patience allows us to see the bigger picture. It creates the space for reflection, especially when faced with failure. Smart individuals know that no matter how well one prepares or how much silence and observation guide their actions, failure will come. It is an inevitable part of life. But what separates them from the rest is not their ability to avoid failure, but their ability to embrace it as a necessary part of growth. Failure is not the end of the road for them. It is merely a stepping stone on the path to success. In a world that fears failure and views it as something to avoid at all costs, smart people see it differently. They understand that failure is not a reflection of their worth, but an opportunity to learn. It's through failure that they gain insights that success alone could never offer. When things go wrong, they don't dwell on the disappointment or let it define them. Instead, they dive into the experience, analyzing what went wrong and figuring out how to do better next time. Failure is not a sign of weakness, but a test of resilience. Smart people know this well. When they fail, they don't see themselves as failures. They separate the outcome from their identity. They know that one mistake doesn't define them, and it certainly doesn't mean they are incapable of success. They approach failure with a growth mindset, understanding that each misstep brings them closer to the knowledge and skills needed to succeed. Every failure carries with it a lesson. Smart individuals are keenly aware of this. They don't brush aside their failures or try to forget them. Instead, they face them head-on, eager to extract every possible lesson. They ask themselves what could have been done differently, what factors were overlooked, and how they can apply these insights moving forward. This introspection allows them to turn what many see as setbacks into valuable learning experiences. In embracing failure, smart people also cultivate resilience. They understand that the road to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and detours. But instead of being discouraged by these obstacles, they see them as opportunities to strengthen their resolve. Every time they fail, they get back up, more determined and more knowledgeable than before. This resilience is what allows them to keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. Failure also teaches humility. Smart people recognize that they don't know everything and that mistakes are inevitable. This humility allows them to remain open to feedback and new perspectives, even when things go wrong. Instead of being defensive or making excuses, they welcome constructive criticism and use it to refine their approach. This openness to learning is what allows them to grow stronger with every failure. One of the greatest lessons that failure teaches is that success is not immediate. Smart individuals understand that meaningful success takes time and that failure is part of the process. They don't expect instant results or give up when things don't go according to plan. Instead, they view each failure as a stepping stone toward their larger goals. This long-term perspective allows them to persevere, even when progress seems slow. Failure also forces smart people to adapt. When their original plan doesn't work, they don't stubbornly cling to it. Instead, they take a step back, reassess the situation, and adjust their approach. This flexibility allows them to find new solutions and paths to success that they might not have considered before. Failure, in this sense, becomes a catalyst for innovation and creativity. Through failure, smart individuals learn to manage their expectations. They understand that not every effort will result in success, and they don't let setbacks shatter their confidence. Instead, they approach each endeavor with a realistic mindset, knowing that failure is a possibility, but also knowing that it's not the end. This balanced perspective allows them to maintain their motivation and keep pushing forward, even when things don't go as planned. Failure is also a test of character. When things go wrong, it's easy to blame others, make excuses, or give up. But smart people don't fall into these traps. They take full responsibility for their failures, recognizing that it's through owning their mistakes that they gain the power to learn and improve. This accountability is what sets them apart, as it allows them to grow from their failures rather than be defeated by them. In accepting failure, smart people develop a sense of courage. They know that failure is inevitable, yet they don't let the fear of it stop them from taking risks. They understand that the greatest rewards often come from stepping outside of their comfort zone and trying something new. This willingness to take risks, even in the face of potential failure, is what allows them to achieve success that others might never reach. Failure also strengthens their problem-solving skills. When things don't go as planned, smart individuals don't throw their hands up in frustration. Instead, they approach the problem with curiosity and determination, looking for new ways to overcome the obstacles in front of them. This problem-solving mindset allows them to turn failures into opportunities for growth and innovation as they continuously refine their approach. In embracing failure, smart people also cultivate patience. They know that success rarely comes quickly and that the road to achievement is often paved with setbacks. But rather than becoming frustrated by this, they accept it as part of the journey. This patience allows them to stay focused on their long-term goals rather than getting discouraged by short-term failures. One of the most valuable lessons that failure teaches is the importance of persistence. Smart individuals understand that failure is not a reason to give up, but a reason to keep going. They know that each failure brings them one step closer to success, and that the only true failure is giving up. This persistence is what allows them to achieve their goals, even when the road is difficult and filled with obstacles. Failure also teaches smart people to be adaptable. They understand that the path to success is rarely a straight line, and that it often requires them to change direction. When one approach doesn't work, they are quick to pivot and try something new. This adaptability allows them to stay flexible and open to new opportunities, even when their original plans fall through. In embracing failure, smart individuals also learn the value of self-compassion. They don't beat themselves up over their mistakes or dwell on their shortcomings. Instead, they treat themselves with kindness and understanding, recognizing that failure is a natural part of the learning process. This self-compassion allows them to bounce back from failure with resilience and determination, rather than getting stuck in a cycle of self-criticism. Through failure, smart people also develop a deeper understanding of their own strengths and weaknesses. They take the time to reflect on what went wrong and what they could have done better. This self-awareness allows them to grow and improve as they learn to leverage their strengths and address their weaknesses in future endeavors. Failure also forces smart individuals to be resourceful. When things don't go as planned, they don't give up or wait for someone else to fix the problem. Instead, they take initiative and look for creative solutions to overcome the challenges in front of them. This resourcefulness allows them to turn failures into opportunities for growth and success. In embracing failure, smart people also learn to detach from the need for perfection. They understand that no one is perfect and that mistakes are an inevitable part of the learning process. This acceptance of imperfection allows them to take risks and try new things without the fear of failure holding them back. Failure also teaches them to be more resilient. Each time they face a setback, they learn how to bounce back stronger. This resilience allows them to handle the ups and downs of life with grace and determination, knowing that failure is not the end, but a new beginning. Through failure, smart people also develop a sense of gratitude. They recognize that each failure is an opportunity to learn and grow, and they are grateful for the lessons it brings. This gratitude allows them to stay positive and motivated, even in the face of setbacks. Failure also teaches them to be more mindful of their actions. Smart individuals understand that each failure is an opportunity to reflect on their choices and behaviors. This mindfulness allows them to make better decisions in the future as they learn from their mistakes and apply those lessons moving forward. In embracing failure, smart people also learn to be more resilient in the face of adversity. They understand that failure is a natural part of the journey to success, and they don't let setbacks discourage them. Instead, they use each failure as an opportunity to grow stronger and more determined. Failure also teaches them the importance of perseverance. Smart individuals know that success doesn't come overnight, and that it often requires years of hard work and dedication. This perseverance allows them to keep pushing forward, even when the road is difficult and filled with obstacles. Through failure, smart people also develop a deeper sense of empathy. They understand that everyone experiences failure at some point in their lives, and this understanding allows them to be more compassionate toward others. This empathy strengthens their relationships, as they are able to connect with others on a deeper level and offer support during difficult times. Failure also teaches them the importance of resilience. Smart individuals know that setbacks are a natural part of life, and they don't let them hold them back. Instead, they use each failure as an opportunity to grow stronger and more determined, knowing that success is always within reach. In embracing failure, smart people also learn to let go of the fear of failure. They understand that failure is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced. This fearless attitude allows them to take risks and pursue their goals with confidence, knowing that even if they fail, they will learn and grow from the experience. Failure also teaches them to be more creative. When things don't go as planned, smart individuals don't give up or get discouraged. Instead, they use their creativity to find new solutions and approaches to overcome the challenges in front of them. This creativity allows them to turn failures into opportunities for growth and innovation. Through failure, smart people also develop a deeper sense of self-confidence. They know that failure is a natural part of the journey to success, and they don't let setbacks shake their belief in themselves. This confidence allows them to keep pushing forward, even when the road is difficult and filled with obstacles. Embracing failure gives rise to resilience, and resilience leads to clarity in how one should navigate life. Smart individuals understand that in the face of adversity, their purpose remains their anchor. While failure teaches them persistence, it is purpose that directs their energy and focus. Without purpose, they know, all efforts risk becoming scattered and meaningless. This is why they prioritize living with intention, not allowing distractions to pull them away from their true path. Living with purpose means waking up each day knowing where energy should be directed. Smart people don't wander aimlessly or waste time on things that don't matter. They understand the value of each moment, and they invest their time in meaningful pursuits. This sense of direction is what keeps them moving forward, even when life throws distractions their way. They are not immune to distractions, but they are skilled at avoiding their traps. Distractions come in many forms: social media, idle conversations, tasks that feel urgent but are ultimately unimportant. Smart people have learned how to recognize these distractions for what they are: temptations that pull them away from what truly matters. They don't give in easily. Instead, they remain disciplined, keeping their attention on their long-term goals rather than short-term pleasures. It's this ability to stay focused on their purpose that allows them to achieve so much more than those who are constantly sidetracked. The key to avoiding distractions is clarity of purpose. Smart people are clear on what they want to achieve, and this clarity acts as a filter for their decisions. They ask themselves regularly, "Does this bring me closer to my goal?" If the answer is no, they know to let it go. This decisiveness prevents them from wasting time on activities that don't align with their deeper mission. Every choice they make is intentional, driven by the desire to make meaningful progress. Living with purpose also requires saying no to things that don't serve that purpose. Smart individuals aren't afraid to turn down opportunities, invitations, or requests if they don't align with their goals. They understand that every yes comes with a cost, the cost of time, energy, and focus. By being selective about where they invest these resources, they ensure that their efforts are always aligned with their purpose. This ability to say no is what keeps them from being overwhelmed or distracted by external demands. Another aspect of living with purpose is the understanding that meaningful progress often takes time. Smart people are patient, knowing that their goals won't be achieved overnight. They avoid the distraction of quick wins or shortcuts, recognizing that true success requires sustained effort. Their commitment to the long-term vision keeps them from being lured by temporary distractions or fleeting opportunities that don't align with their larger purpose. Smart people also prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to their goals. They don't spread themselves thin by chasing after every opportunity that comes their way. Instead, they focus on a few meaningful pursuits, pouring their energy into what matters most. This focus allows them to make deeper progress in the areas that are truly important to them, rather than achieving shallow results in a variety of unrelated endeavors. Distractions can often disguise themselves as productivity. Smart people recognize this and don't fall into the trap of mistaking busyness for progress. They know that just because they're doing something doesn't mean it's moving them closer to their goals. They regularly assess their actions, asking themselves if what they're doing is truly advancing their purpose or if it's just filling time. This constant self-reflection allows them to stay on track, avoiding the trap of being busy without being effective. Purpose-driven living also involves setting clear boundaries. Smart people understand that distractions often come from external sources, people, events, or responsibilities that demand their time and attention. They set boundaries to protect their focus, ensuring that they have the time and space to work on what truly matters. Whether it's turning off notifications, declining social invitations, or creating designated work times, they create an environment that supports their goals rather than detracts from them. One of the most powerful tools smart people use to avoid distractions is mindfulness. They practice being present in each moment, fully engaged in whatever task they are working on. This mindfulness allows them to give their full attention to their purpose rather than being pulled in multiple directions at once. By focusing on one thing at a time, they are able to make more meaningful progress and avoid the scattered attention that comes from multitasking. Living with purpose also involves regularly revisiting and refining that purpose. Smart individuals don't assume that their goals are set in stone. They regularly reflect on their progress, reassessing their priorities and adjusting their path if necessary. This flexibility allows them to stay aligned with their purpose even as life changes. They don't get stuck in old habits or routines that no longer serve them. Instead, they are willing to pivot when needed to stay true to their mission. The ability to prioritize purpose over distraction also comes from a deep understanding of what truly matters in life. Smart people know that success isn't measured by material achievements or external validation. Instead, they define success by their own terms, by the fulfillment they feel when they are living in alignment with their values and making progress toward their goals. This internal sense of purpose keeps them grounded, even when the outside world is filled with noise and distractions. One of the biggest challenges to living with purpose is the constant barrage of information and stimuli in modern life. Smart individuals are intentional about how they consume information. They don't allow themselves to be overwhelmed by news, social media, or endless notifications. Instead, they curate their inputs, focusing only on information that is relevant to their purpose. By controlling what they allow into their minds, they protect their focus and prevent distractions from taking root. Smart people also know the value of rest and renewal. Living with purpose doesn't mean working non-stop. They understand that in order to avoid burnout and maintain focus, they need time to recharge. They make time for activities that refresh their minds and bodies, knowing that this rest is essential for long-term productivity. By taking care of themselves, they ensure that they have the energy and clarity to stay aligned with their purpose. Living with purpose also requires a strong sense of self-discipline. Smart individuals are not easily swayed by fleeting desires or momentary temptations. They have trained themselves to stay focused on their long-term vision, even when distractions are appealing. This discipline is what allows them to make consistent progress, as they don't allow themselves to be sidetracked by things that don't align with their purpose. A key part of avoiding distractions is learning to manage time effectively. Smart people are masters of time management, knowing that how they spend their time directly impacts their ability to live with purpose. They plan their days carefully, prioritizing tasks that align with their goals and avoiding activities that don't contribute to their mission. This intentional use of time is what allows them to make steady progress, even when life is busy. They also know the importance of reflection. Smart individuals regularly take time to assess their progress and make adjustments as needed. This reflection allows them to stay connected to their purpose, ensuring that their actions are always in alignment with their goals. It also helps them identify areas where distractions may have crept in, so they can refocus and get back on track. Living with purpose means being intentional about relationships as well. Smart people surround themselves with others who support their goals and share their values. They avoid relationships that drain their energy or pull them away from their purpose. By cultivating a strong support network, they ensure that they are surrounded by positive influences that help them stay focused on what matters most. One of the biggest distractions in life is the fear of missing out, feeling like you need to say yes to every opportunity or be involved in everything. Smart individuals don't fall into this trap. They understand that they can't do everything, and they don't try. Instead, they focus on doing the things that are most important to them, trusting that by saying no to distractions, they are saying yes to their purpose. They also know that distractions often come from within, our own thoughts, fears, and doubts. Smart people are skilled at managing their inner dialogue, ensuring that their thoughts are aligned with their purpose. They don't allow self-doubt or negative thinking to pull them off course. Instead, they cultivate a positive and focused mindset, reinforcing their commitment to their goals every day. One of the most effective ways smart individuals stay focused on their purpose is by breaking their goals down into actionable steps. They don't just set lofty goals and hope for the best. Instead, they create clear, specific plans for how to achieve their purpose. This step-by-step approach keeps them from feeling overwhelmed or distracted, as they always know what the next action is that will move them closer to their goal. Smart people also practice gratitude as a way to stay focused on their purpose. They regularly reflect on what they are grateful for, which helps them stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. This gratitude keeps them from getting caught up in trivial distractions or external pressures, as they are constantly reminded of what is most important in their lives. They understand that living with purpose means being present. Smart individuals don't get lost in the past or worry too much about the future. They focus on the present moment, knowing that this is where life happens. By staying present, they avoid the distractions of regret or anxiety, and they are able to fully engage with their purpose in each moment. They also know that living with purpose requires resilience. Distractions will always exist, and challenges will always arise. But smart people don't let these obstacles deter them. They stay committed to their purpose, even when the road is difficult. This resilience allows them to push through distractions and stay focused on what matters most, no matter what life throws their way. In order to live with purpose, smart individuals also develop a strong sense of accountability. They hold themselves responsible for staying focused and avoiding distractions. They don't blame others or external circumstances for pulling them off track. Instead, they take ownership of their choices, ensuring that they are always aligned with their purpose. Another key aspect of living with purpose is the ability to let go of perfectionism. Smart people know that waiting for the perfect moment or trying to do everything perfectly is a distraction in itself. They don't let the pursuit of perfection hold them back. Instead, they focus on making consistent progress, knowing that imperfection is part of the journey. Living with purpose also means being adaptable. Smart individuals are flexible in their approach, willing to adjust their path if necessary. They don't get distracted by rigid plans or expectations. Instead, they stay focused on their ultimate purpose, while being open to new opportunities or changes in direction that may arise along the way. Ultimately, living with purpose is about knowing what truly matters and dedicating oneself to it fully. Smart individuals don't allow distractions to pull them away from their mission. They remain focused, disciplined, and committed to making meaningful progress every day. This dedication to purpose is what sets them apart and allows them to lead lives of fulfillment and success. Living with purpose gives clarity and direction, but that clarity can easily be clouded by unchecked emotions. Smart individuals understand that while purpose drives their actions, emotional regulation guides how they respond to life's inevitable challenges. They know that staying calm and rational, even in difficult moments, is essential for maintaining focus and making wise decisions. Keeping emotions in check is not about ignoring feelings, but about mastering them to ensure that emotions serve their purpose without taking control. In the heat of the moment, emotions can be powerful forces. Whether it's frustration, anger, or anxiety, these feelings can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive decisions that may not align with one's goals. Smart people recognize this and have learned to pause before reacting. They allow themselves the space to acknowledge their emotions without being overwhelmed by them. This pause creates room for rational thought, ensuring that their responses are thoughtful, not impulsive. Emotional control requires self-awareness. Smart individuals take the time to understand their emotional triggers, those situations or people that tend to provoke strong reactions. By knowing their triggers, they can prepare themselves to respond calmly when these moments arise. This preparation allows them to stay in control of their emotions, even when faced with challenges that might otherwise upset their balance. In difficult situations, it's easy to let emotions dictate actions, but smart people approach these moments with a calm demeanor. They understand that reacting emotionally often leads to regret, as decisions made in the heat of the moment are rarely the best ones. Instead, they choose to step back, assess the situation with a clear mind, and then decide on the best course of action. This calmness not only helps them make better decisions, but also allows them to maintain a sense of peace, even in chaotic circumstances. Keeping emotions in check also strengthens relationships. In moments of conflict, emotions can easily escalate, turning simple disagreements into full-blown arguments. Smart individuals don't let this happen. They remain composed, even when others are emotional, refusing to be pulled into heated exchanges. By staying calm, they are able to communicate more effectively, listen to others' perspectives, and resolve conflicts without damaging relationships. This emotional regulation isn't about suppressing feelings. Smart people understand that emotions are natural and should be acknowledged. However, they also know that not every emotion needs to be acted upon immediately. They practice emotional patience, allowing their feelings to settle before making decisions. This practice of sitting with emotions rather than reacting to them helps them maintain clarity and make more thoughtful choices. One of the most powerful tools smart people use to regulate their emotions is mindfulness. By staying present in the moment, they are able to observe their emotions without getting lost in them. They notice when they are starting to feel frustrated or anxious and take steps to calm themselves before those feelings take over. This mindfulness allows them to remain centered, even in stressful situations. Smart individuals also practice emotional detachment in situations where emotions could cloud their judgment. This doesn't mean they are indifferent or cold. Rather, it means they are able to separate their feelings from their decision-making process. By detaching from the emotional weight of a situation, they can see things more objectively and make decisions based on logic and reason rather than emotional impulses. Staying in control of emotions also enhances problem-solving abilities. When emotions run high, it's easy to focus on the problem itself rather than finding a solution. Smart people keep their emotions in check so that they can stay focused on resolving the issue at hand. This ability to remain calm under pressure allows them to think more clearly and come up with effective solutions, even in challenging situations. Emotional control is particularly important in leadership. Smart individuals who lead others understand that their emotions set the tone for the entire team. If they react with frustration or panic, their team is likely to follow suit. By maintaining their composure, they inspire confidence in those around them and create an environment where problems can be addressed calmly and efficiently. Keeping emotions in check also helps smart people manage stress. Life is full of unpredictable challenges, and stress is an inevitable part of the human experience. However, those who have mastered emotional regulation know that stress doesn't have to overwhelm them. They practice techniques such as deep breathing, mindfulness, and self-reflection to stay grounded, even in the face of high-pressure situations. This emotional resilience allows them to navigate stressful periods without losing their sense of calm. Another benefit of emotional regulation is the ability to avoid unnecessary conflicts. In many cases, disagreements escalate because one or both parties let their emotions get the best of them. Smart people avoid this by staying calm, even when they are provoked. They don't take things personally and are quick to diffuse tension by responding with patience and understanding rather than anger. This emotional maturity allows them to maintain harmony in their relationships, even in difficult conversations. Smart individuals also recognize that emotions can be powerful motivators when channeled correctly. Rather than letting emotions control them, they learn to harness their feelings to fuel positive action. For example, instead of letting frustration lead to anger, they use it as motivation to solve a problem or improve a situation. By directing their emotions in a constructive way, they turn potential negatives into positives. Keeping emotions in check is also essential for long-term success. Smart people understand that success requires persistence, and that persistence is often challenged by emotional highs and lows. Rather than getting overly excited by small victories or discouraged by setbacks, they maintain a steady emotional state. This consistency allows them to keep moving forward, even when emotions might otherwise cause them to lose focus or give up. They also practice emotional regulation in their personal development. When striving for growth, it's easy to become frustrated by slow progress or overwhelmed by the effort required. Smart individuals acknowledge these feelings, but don't let them derail their progress. They keep their emotions in check, allowing them to stay committed to their goals, even when the journey becomes difficult. Another key aspect of emotional control is self-compassion. Smart individuals understand that they won't always succeed in keeping their emotions perfectly regulated, and that's okay. When they do slip up and let emotions get the best of them, they don't beat themselves up. Instead, they practice self-compassion, recognizing that emotional control is a skill that requires continuous practice. This self-kindness allows them to bounce back quickly and continue improving their emotional resilience. Emotional regulation also involves setting healthy boundaries. Smart individuals know that one of the best ways to keep emotions in check is to avoid situations that are likely to provoke them unnecessarily. They set boundaries with people and environments that tend to trigger negative emotions, ensuring that they are in situations where they can maintain their composure more easily. These boundaries are not about avoiding difficult situations, but about protecting their emotional well-being so they can stay focused and calm when it matters most. The ability to keep emotions in check also enhances decision-making. Smart people don't rush into decisions when they are feeling emotional. They know that emotions can cloud judgment, leading to choices that may not be in their best interest. Instead, they give themselves time to cool down and think things through before making important decisions. This patience allows them to make more rational, thoughtful choices. Smart individuals also practice gratitude as a way to keep emotions in check. When negative emotions arise, they counterbalance them by focusing on what they are grateful for. This practice of gratitude helps them maintain a positive perspective, even when faced with challenges. By shifting their focus to the positive, they prevent negative emotions from taking over and keep themselves grounded in what truly matters. Another aspect of emotional regulation is the ability to stay neutral in situations where emotions might normally run high. Smart people don't let themselves be swayed by emotional appeals or manipulated by others' feelings. They maintain their objectivity, ensuring that their decisions are based on logic rather than emotion. This neutrality allows them to navigate complex situations with clarity and reason. Staying calm and rational in tough situations also helps smart individuals build trust with others. People know that they can rely on them to remain composed, even when things get difficult. This reliability fosters trust and respect, as others see them as steady and dependable in times of crisis. Emotional regulation also enhances creativity. When emotions are under control, the mind is free to think more clearly and explore new ideas. Smart individuals understand that emotional turbulence can stifle creativity, so they create space for calm and reflection in their lives. This allows them to access their creative potential and come up with innovative solutions to problems. Keeping emotions in check also helps smart people maintain their confidence. Emotional setbacks, such as rejection or failure, can easily damage one's self-esteem. However, those who practice emotional regulation don't allow these setbacks to define them. They remain confident in their abilities, knowing that emotions are temporary and that their self-worth is not determined by any single event or feeling. Another benefit of emotional regulation is improved communication. When smart individuals are in control of their emotions, they are better able to express themselves clearly and effectively. They don't let emotions get in the way of their message, ensuring that their communication is focused, thoughtful, and respectful. This emotional control makes them more effective communicators in both personal and professional settings. Smart people also use emotional regulation to handle criticism constructively. Rather than taking criticism personally or reacting defensively, they keep their emotions in check and listen to the feedback with an open mind. This allows them to learn from the criticism and use it as an opportunity for growth, rather than letting it hurt their self-esteem or derail their progress. In high-pressure situations, emotional regulation is especially important. Smart individuals remain calm and composed, even when the stakes are high. This calmness allows them to think more clearly and make better decisions under pressure, while others may become overwhelmed or reactive. Their ability to stay cool under pressure is one of the traits that sets them apart as leaders and high performers. Emotional control also helps smart individuals avoid burnout. By managing their emotions effectively, they prevent themselves from becoming overwhelmed by stress, frustration, or fatigue. They know when to take breaks, practice self-care, and recharge their emotional energy. This balance allows them to maintain their focus and productivity over the long term without burning out. Through emotional regulation, smart individuals also cultivate empathy. While they remain in control of their own emotions, they are attuned to the emotions of others. This emotional awareness allows them to respond with compassion and understanding, strengthening their relationships and fostering a sense of connection with those around them. Emotional regulation also supports smart people in taking calculated risks. They don't let fear or anxiety prevent them from pursuing opportunities. Instead, they acknowledge those emotions and then assess the risks logically. This balance between emotional awareness and rational decision-making allows them to take bold steps without being held back by fear. Lastly, emotional regulation gives smart individuals a sense of inner peace. By staying in control of their emotions, they are not constantly at the mercy of external events or other people's actions. They create a sense of calm and stability within themselves, allowing them to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience. This inner peace is the foundation of their strength, keeping them focused and grounded no matter what challenges come their way. Emotional regulation provides a sense of inner peace and clarity, allowing smart individuals to remain grounded. With that clarity comes the realization that the most valuable resource isn't something you can earn back once it's lost. It's not money, success, or status. It's time. Smart people understand that time is finite, and they treat it with the respect it deserves. They know that money can be replenished, but time, once spent, is gone forever. It's this understanding that shapes the way they live their lives and the choices they make. Time is precious, and smart individuals treat every hour, every minute, as an opportunity to invest in something meaningful. They are acutely aware of how quickly time passes and how easily it can be wasted on trivial pursuits. For them, the goal is not to accumulate wealth at the expense of their time, but to use their time in ways that bring fulfillment, growth, and purpose. They don't measure success solely by the size of their bank account. They measure it by how wisely they've used the time they've been given. The way smart people manage their time is a reflection of their priorities. They don't let time slip away on things that don't matter in the long run. Instead, they focus on activities that bring value, whether that's personal growth, building relationships, or working on meaningful projects. They are selective about where they spend their time because they know that every moment spent on something insignificant is a moment that could have been used for something important. One of the keys to managing time wisely is understanding that not everything requires your attention. Smart individuals are experts at saying no. They don't allow themselves to be pulled in 1,000 directions by unnecessary tasks, obligations, or distractions. Instead, they set clear boundaries and focus only on what truly matters. This discipline allows them to maximize their time, ensuring that it's spent on activities that align with their values and goals. Smart people also understand the value of planning. They don't let their days unfold by chance. Instead, they plan their time carefully, making sure that their actions are intentional and purposeful. By structuring their day with intention, they ensure that their time is being used efficiently. This doesn't mean they fill every moment with work, but it does mean that even their rest and leisure are part of a balanced plan to live a fulfilling life. Prioritization is another tool that smart individuals use to manage their time. They know that not all tasks are created equal, and they make a habit of identifying which ones are most important. They focus on the tasks that will have the greatest impact, leaving less significant tasks for later or cutting them out entirely. This approach prevents them from wasting time on things that won't move them closer to their goals. In valuing time, smart people also understand the importance of rest and recovery. They don't subscribe to the idea that working non-stop is the key to success. Instead, they recognize that taking time to recharge is essential for maintaining long-term productivity. They build breaks into their schedules, knowing that these moments of rest allow them to come back to their work with more focus and creativity. One of the reasons smart people value time so highly is because they recognize its fleeting nature. They are constantly aware that their time on this earth is limited, and this awareness motivates them to make the most of every day. They don't put off important tasks or wait for the perfect moment to start pursuing their goals. Instead, they act now, knowing that time waits for no one. Another important aspect of managing time wisely is avoiding procrastination. Smart people don't let tasks pile up or wait until the last minute to get things done. They tackle their responsibilities head-on, knowing that procrastination only leads to stress and wasted time. By staying proactive, they ensure that they are always moving forward, rather than being held back by unfinished tasks. Time management also involves eliminating distractions. Smart individuals are highly focused and know that distractions are one of the biggest enemies of productivity. Whether it's social media, constant notifications, or interruptions from others, they take steps to minimize these distractions so that they can stay focused on what matters. This focus allows them to use their time more effectively and make steady progress toward their goals. Smart people also value time when it comes to their relationships. They understand that meaningful connections require time and attention, and they are willing to invest in the people they care about. They don't take their relationships for granted or let them fall by the wayside because of busyness. Instead, they make time for the important people in their lives, knowing that these relationships are a key part of living a fulfilling life. Valuing time also means being present. Smart individuals know that time can't be appreciated if you're constantly distracted or thinking about the future. They practice being fully present in each moment, whether they're working, spending time with loved ones, or simply relaxing. This presence allows them to experience life more fully, rather than letting it pass by in a blur of distractions. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that they can make up for lost time later. Smart people don't fall into this trap. They know that once time is gone, it's gone forever. This understanding motivates them to make the most of every day, rather than putting things off or assuming they'll have time to catch up later. They live with a sense of urgency, but not in a frantic way, rather in a way that ensures they are always making progress toward their goals. Smart individuals also recognize that time is more valuable than money. While money can be earned, saved, and invested, time is constantly slipping away. They don't chase wealth at the expense of their time, but instead seek to create a life where their time is spent doing things that matter. For them, financial success is important, but it's not worth sacrificing their time and well-being for it. Valuing time also involves being efficient. Smart people are always looking for ways to streamline their tasks and make the most of the time they have. Whether it's using technology to automate repetitive tasks or finding more effective ways to work, they are constantly refining their processes to save time. This efficiency allows them to accomplish more in less time, freeing up space for other meaningful activities. Smart individuals also understand that time spent on personal growth is never wasted. They make learning and self-improvement a priority, knowing that these investments of time will pay off in the long run. Whether it's reading, taking courses, or practicing new skills, they dedicate time each day to becoming better versions of themselves. Another way smart people manage their time is by avoiding the trap of perfectionism. They know that striving for perfection can be a huge time waster, as it often leads to endless tweaking and second-guessing. Instead, they aim for excellence, but are willing to accept good enough when it's time to move on. This balance allows them to complete tasks efficiently without getting bogged down in unnecessary details. Valuing time also means making intentional choices about how to spend it. Smart individuals don't let their time be dictated by others' demands or expectations. They take control of their schedules and make sure that their time is being spent in ways that align with their values and goals. This sense of ownership over their time allows them to live more authentically and avoid the trap of doing things just because they feel obligated. Smart people also understand the importance of downtime. While they are focused and driven, they know that constantly working without breaks leads to burnout. They make time for relaxation and leisure, knowing that this time is just as important as work. By balancing work and rest, they ensure that they can sustain their energy and productivity over the long term. In managing their time, smart individuals also know the value of delegation. They don't try to do everything themselves. Instead, they delegate tasks that can be handled by others, freeing up their time for the things that only they can do. This allows them to focus on their strengths and make the most of their time, rather than getting bogged down in tasks that could be outsourced. Another key to valuing time is practicing gratitude for it. Smart people don't take their time for granted. They regularly reflect on the gift of time and how they are using it. This gratitude helps them stay motivated and focused, as they are constantly reminded of how precious their time is. They also make time for reflection. Smart individuals understand that in order to use time wisely, they need to regularly assess how they are spending it. They take time to reflect on their progress, reassess their goals, and make adjustments where needed. This reflection allows them to stay on track and ensure that their time is always being used in ways that align with their larger vision. In valuing time, smart people also avoid overcommitting. They know that spreading themselves too thin is a surefire way to waste time and energy. Instead, they are selective about the commitments they take on, ensuring that each one is aligned with their priorities. This selectiveness allows them to give their full attention to the things that matter most. Smart individuals also practice time blocking, a technique where they set aside specific blocks of time for different tasks. This helps them stay focused and avoid multitasking, which can be a huge time waster. By dedicating specific times for work, rest, and personal activities, they ensure that their time is used efficiently and effectively. Another important aspect of valuing time is setting clear goals. Smart people don't drift through life without direction. They have clear, specific goals that guide their actions and decisions. These goals give them a sense of purpose and help them stay focused on what matters, ensuring that their time is always being used to move them closer to their vision. Smart people also make time for creativity. They know that creativity requires space and time to flourish, and they don't let their schedules get so packed that there's no room for new ideas. Whether it's time for brainstorming, writing, or simply thinking, they ensure that there is space in their lives for creative pursuits. Valuing time also means being patient. Smart individuals understand that meaningful success takes time, and they don't rush the process. They are willing to invest the time it takes to achieve their goals, knowing that shortcuts often lead to short-term gains, but long-term setbacks. This patience allows them to stay committed to their vision, even when progress feels slow. Finally, smart people understand that the way they spend their time ultimately defines their life. They know that time is the most valuable resource they have, and they treat it with the care and respect it deserves. By managing their time wisely, they ensure that their lives are filled with meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. Every moment is an opportunity to grow, to connect, and to make a difference. For them, time is not just something to be managed. It is the foundation upon which a life well lived is built. Managing time wisely sets the foundation for a life filled with purpose and intention. But even with the best use of time, life can bring unexpected challenges and moments of triumph. What separates smart individuals is their ability to stay grounded, no matter what life throws their way. Whether they are experiencing great success or facing moments of failure, they maintain a balanced attitude. They are not swept up by pride in their victories, nor are they crushed by the weight of their losses. This sense of stability comes from a deep understanding of who they are and what truly matters. Staying grounded requires a level of self-awareness that allows smart people to recognize when their emotions might pull them away from their core values. When success comes, it can be tempting to let it inflate the ego, leading to arrogance or entitlement. Smart individuals guard against this. They celebrate their achievements, but they do so with humility, understanding that success is often the result of many factors, including hard work, support from others, and even luck. This perspective keeps them from becoming overly self-satisfied or losing touch with reality. Failure, on the other hand, can have the opposite effect, threatening to pull someone down into self-doubt or despair. But smart individuals approach failure with the same balanced mindset. They don't let it define their worth or drag them into negativity. Instead, they see failure as part of the process, a momentary setback that can be learned from and overcome. By staying grounded, they avoid the emotional extremes that often accompany both success and failure. One of the reasons smart people stay grounded is because they have a strong sense of their own identity. They don't define themselves solely by their achievements or their failures. Their worth isn't tied to external outcomes. Instead, it's rooted in their values, character, and the effort they put into everything they do. This internal sense of self allows them to remain steady, even when the external world is unpredictable. Gratitude plays a major role in helping smart individuals stay grounded. They remain thankful for what they have, even as they strive for more. Success doesn't make them feel entitled to special treatment, and failure doesn't make them feel like the world is against them. This gratitude keeps them humble and allows them to appreciate each moment, whether it's filled with success or challenge. Staying grounded also involves maintaining perspective. Smart people are able to see the bigger picture, understanding that success and failure are both temporary states. They don't get caught up in the moment, but instead view life as a long journey with ups and downs. This perspective allows them to navigate both high and low points with grace, knowing that neither defines them permanently. In moments of success, smart individuals share their victories with others, recognizing that their achievements are often the result of teamwork and support. They don't take all the credit for themselves, but instead acknowledge the contributions of those around them. This humility not only keeps them grounded, but also strengthens their relationships and builds trust. On the flip side, when faced with failure, they don't isolate themselves in shame. Instead, they reach out for support, knowing that failure is not something to be ashamed of. By staying connected to others during tough times, they remind themselves that they are not alone in their struggles. This connection helps them stay grounded and prevents failure from overwhelming them. Another key to staying grounded is embracing impermanence. Smart individuals understand that both success and failure are fleeting. They don't cling too tightly to their victories, nor do they dwell too long on their defeats. This acceptance of impermanence allows them to remain flexible and adaptable, ready to move forward no matter what life brings next. A sense of purpose also helps smart people stay grounded. When they are focused on their larger goals and values, they are less likely to be swayed by the highs and lows of life. Success is simply a step toward their purpose, and failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. This sense of purpose keeps them centered and prevents them from being distracted by the temporary nature of external outcomes. Staying grounded also requires emotional maturity. Smart individuals are able to regulate their emotions so they don't get carried away by excitement or overwhelmed by disappointment. This emotional control allows them to respond to situations with clarity and calmness, rather than reacting impulsively based on how they feel in the moment. Another way smart people stay grounded is by practicing mindfulness. They stay present in the moment, fully aware of their thoughts and feelings, but not controlled by them. This mindfulness helps them remain connected to reality rather than getting lost in fantasies of success or fears of failure. It allows them to stay centered no matter what is happening around them. In moments of success, smart people also keep their focus on continuous improvement. They don't rest on their laurels or assume that one victory means they've reached the finish line. Instead, they view success as an opportunity to keep learning and growing. This mindset keeps them humble and prevents complacency from setting in. When faced with failure, smart individuals don't engage in self-pity or blame. Instead, they take responsibility for their actions and look for ways to improve. This accountability allows them to learn from their mistakes without becoming consumed by guilt or regret. It also helps them move forward with confidence, knowing that they have the power to shape their future. Staying grounded also involves maintaining balance in life. Smart people don't let their work, achievements, or failures define their entire existence. They make time for other aspects of life, such as relationships, hobbies, and self-care. This balance ensures that they remain connected to what truly matters, even when success or failure comes their way. They also understand the importance of humility in staying grounded. Humility doesn't mean downplaying one's accomplishments. It means recognizing that there is always more to learn and room to grow. Smart people approach both success and failure with this humble mindset, knowing that there is always something new to discover and ways to improve. One of the ways smart individuals stay grounded is by staying connected to their roots. They remember where they came from and the challenges they've overcome to get to where they are. This connection to their past keeps them humble and reminds them that success is not guaranteed, nor is it something to take for granted. They also cultivate resilience, knowing that life's challenges will test them again and again. This resilience allows them to stay grounded in the face of adversity, knowing that they have the strength to overcome whatever comes their way. It also helps them bounce back from failure more quickly, as they don't let setbacks shake their confidence or sense of self. Staying grounded means avoiding comparison. Smart people don't measure their success or failure by comparing themselves to others. They focus on their own journey and recognize that everyone's path is different. This avoidance of comparison keeps them focused on their own growth, rather than being distracted by what others are doing. Another important aspect of staying grounded is recognizing that success doesn't make someone inherently better than others. Smart individuals know that everyone has their own struggles and challenges, regardless of their level of success. This recognition helps them stay humble and empathetic, rather than becoming arrogant or judgmental. In moments of success, they remain aware of their own limitations. They know that success doesn't mean they are invincible, and they continue to seek out feedback, mentorship, and learning opportunities. This humility allows them to keep growing, even after they've achieved significant accomplishments. When failure strikes, smart individuals don't view it as a personal flaw. They understand that failure is a natural part of life and that it doesn't define their worth. By separating their self-worth from their outcomes, they are able to stay grounded and maintain a positive mindset, even when things don't go as planned. Staying grounded also means staying open to feedback. Smart people are not defensive or dismissive when others offer constructive criticism. Instead, they welcome it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This openness to feedback keeps them humble and ensures that they continue to improve, no matter how much success they achieve. In both success and failure, smart individuals practice gratitude. They remain thankful for the opportunities they've been given, the people who have supported them, and the lessons they've learned along the way. This gratitude keeps them grounded, as it reminds them that success is not something to be taken for granted, and that failure is an important part of the learning process. They also maintain a sense of curiosity and wonder, no matter how much they've achieved. Smart people don't assume they know everything or have all the answers. They remain curious about the world, eager to learn and explore new ideas. This curiosity keeps them humble and grounded, as they recognize that there is always more to discover. Staying grounded requires a deep sense of self-awareness. Smart individuals are constantly reflecting on their actions, behaviors, and attitudes, ensuring that they are staying true to their values and purpose. This self-awareness allows them to course-correct when needed and prevents them from becoming too caught up in success or failure. They also avoid the trap of seeking validation from external sources. Smart people know that true fulfillment comes from within, not from the approval of others. Whether they are praised for their success or criticized for their failure, they remain grounded in their own sense of worth, rather than relying on others to define it. Another way smart individuals stay grounded is by maintaining a sense of humor. They don't take themselves too seriously, even in moments of success. This ability to laugh at themselves and find joy in the journey helps them stay humble and prevents them from becoming overly self-important. They also stay connected to their purpose. No matter how much success they achieve, they remain focused on the larger goals and values that drive them. This sense of purpose keeps them grounded, as it reminds them that success is not an end in itself, but a means to achieving something greater. In times of failure, smart people don't give in to despair. They remain hopeful and optimistic, knowing that failure is temporary and that they have the resilience to overcome it. This optimism keeps them grounded and prevents them from getting stuck in a negative mindset. Staying grounded also means staying true to one's values. Smart individuals don't compromise their integrity for the sake of success, nor do they abandon their principles when faced with failure. This commitment to their values keeps them centered and ensures that they are always acting in alignment with their true selves. They also practice self-care as a way to stay grounded. Smart people know that in order to maintain balance, they need to take care of their physical, emotional, and mental well-being. They make time for rest, reflection, and rejuvenation, ensuring that they are able to stay centered and focused no matter what life throws their way. Lastly, smart individuals recognize that life is a journey, not a destination. They understand that success and failure are both part of the larger picture and that neither defines them. By staying grounded in who they are and what truly matters, they are able to navigate life's ups and downs with grace, humility, and strength. Staying grounded, no matter what happens, allows smart individuals to maintain clarity and purpose. It keeps them steady as they navigate life's highs and lows. But this steadiness is not the result of stagnation. It's fueled by a commitment to growth. Every day presents an opportunity to learn, evolve, and become a better version of oneself. Smart people understand this and make personal growth a priority in their daily lives. They don't wait for life to push them toward improvement. They seek it actively, knowing that growth is a lifelong journey. For those focused on personal growth, each day is a chance to refine their skills, expand their knowledge, and deepen their self-awareness. This daily commitment is not about grand, sweeping changes, but about small, consistent actions that accumulate over time. Smart individuals know that personal growth doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of steady, intentional effort. They approach each day with a learner's mindset, always curious and open to discovering something new. Self-reflection is one of the cornerstones of personal growth. Smart people take time each day to reflect on their actions, thoughts, and behaviors. They ask themselves how they can improve, what they learned from their experiences, and where they might have gone wrong. This constant evaluation allows them to identify areas for growth and make adjustments as needed. It's through this reflection that they gain a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. Learning is another daily habit that smart individuals prioritize. Whether it's reading, listening to podcasts, taking courses, or simply engaging in meaningful conversations, they seek out new information and insights. They are never satisfied with what they already know and are always hungry for more knowledge. This continuous learning not only keeps their minds sharp, but also allows them to adapt to new challenges and opportunities as they arise. Smart people also understand the importance of setting goals for their personal growth. They don't just let life happen to them, they create a plan for their development. These goals give them direction and purpose, ensuring that their efforts are focused on meaningful areas of growth. Whether it's improving a skill, developing a new habit, or working on their emotional intelligence, they approach each day with intention, knowing exactly what they want to achieve. Another habit that drives personal growth is embracing challenges. Smart individuals don't shy away from difficulties or discomfort. Instead, they see challenges as opportunities to grow and improve. They understand that true growth often comes from pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone, whether it's taking on a difficult project, learning a new skill, or confronting a personal fear. By embracing these challenges, they build resilience and develop new strengths. Smart people also cultivate discipline as part of their daily growth. They know that growth requires consistent effort, even on days when motivation is low. Whether it's sticking to a workout routine, practicing a skill, or dedicating time to learning, they understand that discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. This discipline allows them to make progress, no matter how small, each and every day. They also prioritize mental and emotional well-being as part of their personal growth. Smart individuals recognize that growth isn't just about achieving external success or acquiring new skills. It's also about developing inner strength and balance. They practice mindfulness, meditation, and emotional regulation to ensure that their growth is holistic, encompassing both the mind and the heart. This emotional self-care allows them to handle stress, setbacks, and uncertainty with grace. Consistency is key for those who focus on personal growth. Smart people know that it's not about doing everything perfectly, but about showing up every day and putting in the effort. They understand that growth is a process, and by being consistent, they ensure that they are always moving forward. Even on days when progress feels slow or difficult, they stay committed to their path, knowing that small steps lead to big changes over time. Smart individuals also make it a habit to seek feedback. They understand that they can't see all their blind spots and that others can offer valuable perspectives on how they can improve. Whether it's from mentors, colleagues, or friends, they actively seek out constructive criticism and use it as a tool for growth. This openness to feedback helps them continue evolving and ensures that they don't get stuck in their ways. Another important aspect of daily personal growth is cultivating self-discipline in how time is used. Smart people allocate their time carefully, ensuring that they are spending it on activities that contribute to their growth. They don't waste time on distractions or activities that don't align with their goals. This time management allows them to focus on what matters and make the most of every day. They also understand the power of habits in personal growth. Smart individuals know that their daily habits shape their future, so they are intentional about creating habits that support their growth. Whether it's reading for 30 minutes a day, journaling, exercising, or practicing gratitude, they build routines that align with their goals. These habits become the foundation of their growth, providing structure and consistency to their efforts. Physical health is also an important part of personal growth for smart individuals. They recognize that taking care of their bodies is essential for sustaining long-term growth. Whether it's through regular exercise, eating well, or getting enough sleep, they prioritize their physical well-being as part of their daily routine. This focus on health ensures that they have the energy and vitality needed to pursue their goals and continue growing. Smart people also embrace the idea of lifelong learning. They don't see personal growth as something that happens only in certain stages of life, such as during school or early in their careers. Instead, they view growth as a lifelong journey. They are always looking for ways to learn new things, expand their horizons, and challenge themselves, no matter their age or stage in life. This commitment to lifelong learning keeps them sharp and adaptable in an ever-changing world. They also make time for creativity in their daily lives. Smart individuals understand that creativity is a powerful tool for personal growth, as it allows them to explore new ideas, think outside the box, and approach problems from different angles. Whether it's through writing, painting, brainstorming, or simply allowing their minds to wander, they nurture their creativity as a way to foster innovation and personal development. Self-compassion is another key element of personal growth. Smart people know that growth isn't always a linear process, and there will be setbacks along the way. Rather than being harsh on themselves when they stumble, they practice self-compassion. They recognize that mistakes and failures are part of the journey, and that being kind to themselves allows them to bounce back more quickly and continue growing. Smart individuals also surround themselves with people who support their growth. They are intentional about building a network of positive, growth-minded individuals who challenge them, inspire them, and hold them accountable. These relationships provide the encouragement and perspective needed to keep moving forward, even when the path to growth feels difficult. Curiosity is another habit that drives daily personal growth. Smart people maintain a sense of curiosity about the world and themselves. They are always asking questions, seeking out new information, and exploring new ideas. This curiosity keeps them engaged and excited about learning, ensuring that they never become complacent in their personal development. They also practice gratitude as part of their personal growth. By regularly reflecting on what they are grateful for, smart individuals maintain a positive mindset, even in the face of challenges. This gratitude helps them stay focused on what's going well and reminds them of the progress they've already made, which fuels their motivation to continue growing. Another habit that supports personal growth is embracing vulnerability. Smart people understand that growth often requires stepping into the unknown and being willing to fail. They don't shy away from vulnerability, but instead see it as a necessary part of learning and growth. This openness to vulnerability allows them to take risks, try new things, and push beyond their comfort zones. Smart individuals also understand the importance of setting aside time for reflection. They regularly take time to reflect on their experiences, their progress, and their goals. This reflection allows them to gain insight into their growth journey and make adjustments where necessary. By reflecting on what's working and what's not, they ensure that their efforts are always aligned with their larger vision. They also value resilience in their personal growth. Smart people know that the path to growth is rarely smooth and setbacks are inevitable. However, they don't let these setbacks deter them. Instead, they use them as opportunities to learn and grow stronger. This resilience allows them to keep moving forward no matter what challenges they encounter along the way. Another important habit for personal growth is developing a growth mindset. Smart individuals believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, learning, and perseverance. This growth mindset allows them to approach challenges with confidence and optimism, knowing that even if they don't succeed right away, they can improve with effort and dedication. They also prioritize self-awareness in their daily growth. Smart people are constantly checking in with themselves, asking how they're feeling, what's driving their actions, and whether they are staying true to their values. This self-awareness allows them to make conscious choices about how they grow and ensures that their actions are always aligned with their personal vision. Smart individuals also practice adaptability. They understand that personal growth isn't a rigid process, and sometimes it requires adjusting their goals or approach. They stay flexible and open to change, knowing that growth often involves unexpected turns and new opportunities. This adaptability allows them to stay on course, even when the path ahead shifts. They also seek out challenges intentionally. Rather than waiting for growth to happen passively, smart individuals actively seek out situations that will push them to grow. Whether it's taking on a new project, learning a new skill, or confronting a personal fear, they embrace these challenges as opportunities to stretch themselves and grow in new ways. Finally, smart individuals celebrate their progress. While they are always focused on improving and reaching new goals, they take time to acknowledge how far they've come. This celebration of progress keeps them motivated and reminds them that growth is an ongoing process, one that requires both effort and appreciation. By focusing on personal growth every day, they ensure that their lives are constantly evolving and filled with purpose. Focusing on personal growth every day instills a deep sense of purpose and resilience. It fuels the determination to keep evolving, even when faced with obstacles. However, as one progresses on their journey, there will inevitably be voices of doubt, negativity, and criticism. Smart people understand that not every opinion deserves attention. They have mastered the art of filtering out negative feedback, knowing that allowing such noise to dictate their actions can derail their growth and distract them from their true purpose. When smart individuals encounter negative opinions, they don't react impulsively. Instead, they take a step back and assess whether the feedback is constructive or merely a reflection of someone else's insecurities or biases. They understand that not all criticism is meant to help them grow. Some of it stems from others' fears, jealousy, or desire to control. By separating helpful feedback from harmful negativity, they protect their focus and energy. Criticism can often trigger self-doubt, especially when it comes from people we respect or care about. But smart people have built a strong foundation of self-belief that allows them to remain grounded in their own vision. They don't let someone else's negativity shake their confidence or make them second-guess their abilities. They trust their own judgment, knowing that they are capable of making decisions that align with their goals and values. One of the reasons smart individuals can ignore negative opinions is because they have a clear understanding of their path. They have taken the time to define their goals and purpose, which gives them a sense of direction. This clarity acts as a shield against negativity, as they are able to stay focused on their long-term vision without being distracted by short-term criticism. Smart people also recognize that not everyone will understand their journey. They know that it's impossible to please everyone, and trying to do so will only lead to frustration. Rather than seeking validation from others, they focus on staying true to themselves and their purpose. They don't waste time trying to change the opinions of those who don't support them. Instead, they continue moving forward, confident in their own path. Another way smart individuals handle negative opinions is by reframing them. Instead of seeing criticism as a personal attack, they view it as an opportunity for reflection. They ask themselves if there is any truth in the feedback, and if so, how they can use it to improve. By approaching criticism with curiosity rather than defensiveness, they are able to turn even negative opinions into a tool for growth. However, they are also skilled at recognizing when criticism is simply a projection of someone else's insecurities. Smart people don't take these kinds of opinions to heart. They understand that when others criticize out of jealousy or fear, it says more about the critic than it does about them. They let these opinions roll off their backs, refusing to be weighed down by someone else's negativity. Surrounding themselves with positive, supportive people is another strategy smart individuals use to combat negativity. They are intentional about the company they keep, ensuring that they are surrounded by people who uplift and encourage them, rather than those who constantly criticize or bring them down. This positive environment provides them with the strength and encouragement needed to stay focused on their goals, even when negativity comes from outside sources. Smart people also understand that success often attracts criticism. As they make progress and achieve their goals, they know that not everyone will be happy for them. Some will try to tear them down out of jealousy or resentment. But instead of letting this criticism get under their skin, they see it as a sign that they are on the right track. They don't let the opinions of others deter them from their path, but instead use it as motivation to keep pushing forward. Maintaining emotional control is another key to ignoring negative opinions. Smart individuals don't let criticism trigger an emotional response. They remain calm and composed, even in the face of harsh or unfair feedback. This emotional resilience allows them to stay focused on their goals, rather than being derailed by someone else's negativity. One of the most powerful tools smart people use to handle negative opinions is self-awareness. They are deeply in tune with their own strengths, weaknesses, and values. This self-awareness gives them a strong sense of identity, allowing them to filter out opinions that don't align with their true selves. They don't let external negativity define them or alter their sense of self-worth. Smart people also practice the art of detachment when it comes to criticism. They don't take every opinion personally. Instead, they detach from the emotional impact of the feedback and evaluate it objectively. This detachment allows them to decide whether the criticism is worth their attention or if it's simply noise that can be ignored. They are also mindful of how much attention they give to others' opinions in the first place. Smart individuals don't seek validation from external sources. They know that constantly looking for approval from others can lead to disappointment and insecurity. Instead, they rely on their own internal compass to guide their actions, trusting themselves to make the right decisions without needing the validation of others. Another way smart people deal with negative opinions is by setting clear boundaries. They don't allow others to dictate how they should live their lives or pursue their goals. If someone's criticism becomes toxic or persistent, they aren't afraid to distance themselves from that person. Setting boundaries allows them to protect their mental and emotional well-being, ensuring that negativity doesn't take root in their lives. Smart individuals also practice empathy when dealing with negative opinions. They recognize that criticism often comes from a place of pain or insecurity in the other person. Rather than responding with anger or defensiveness, they approach the situation with compassion, understanding that the critic may be projecting their own fears or frustrations. This empathy allows them to rise above the negativity without letting it affect them emotionally. Focusing on their own progress and growth helps smart people stay grounded in the face of criticism. They know that their worth is not defined by what others think of them, but by the effort they put into becoming the best version of themselves. By staying focused on their own journey, they are able to ignore negativity and keep moving forward. They also understand the importance of perspective when it comes to handling criticism. Smart individuals don't blow negative opinions out of proportion. They recognize that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but that doesn't mean those opinions are valid or worth dwelling on. By keeping things in perspective, they avoid letting negativity take up too much space in their minds. Another habit that helps smart people ignore negative opinions is focusing on gratitude. When faced with criticism, they take a moment to reflect on all the things they are grateful for, the progress they've made, the people who support them, and the opportunities they've been given. This gratitude shifts their focus away from the negativity and reminds them of all the positive things in their lives. Smart individuals also understand that their time and energy are limited resources, and they don't waste them on negativity. They are selective about where they direct their attention, choosing to focus on things that uplift and inspire them, rather than dwelling on criticism or negative opinions. This intentional focus helps them maintain their motivation and keep moving toward their goals. They also practice patience when dealing with criticism. Smart people know that it's easy to react defensively in the moment, but they choose to take a step back and let their emotions settle before responding. This patience allows them to approach the situation with a clear mind, ensuring that they don't let negativity cloud their judgment or cause them to act impulsively. Another way smart people handle criticism is by reminding themselves of their long-term goals. They know that their journey is about more than just one moment of criticism or negativity. By staying focused on their larger vision, they are able to keep moving forward, even when others try to pull them off course with negative opinions. They also recognize that not every critic deserves a response. Smart individuals don't waste time defending themselves or arguing with people who are intent on bringing them down. Instead, they let their actions speak for themselves. They focus on achieving their goals and proving their worth through their success, rather than getting caught up in debates with critics. Smart people also embrace the idea that not everyone will understand or support their path. They know that some criticism comes from a lack of understanding or differing perspectives. Rather than getting frustrated by this, they accept it as part of life and continue pursuing their goals with confidence, knowing that they don't need everyone's approval to succeed. They also understand that criticism can sometimes be a sign of progress. When others see them pushing boundaries or achieving success, it can trigger negative reactions. But smart individuals don't let this deter them. Instead, they see it as confirmation that they are on the right path, and they use it as motivation to keep going. Smart people also cultivate inner peace as a way to protect themselves from negativity. They practice mindfulness, meditation, and self-care to ensure that they are emotionally grounded and centered. This inner peace allows them to remain calm and unaffected when faced with negative opinions, as they are able to draw strength from within rather than relying on external validation. They also maintain a growth mindset when dealing with criticism. Smart individuals see every experience, including negative feedback, as an opportunity to learn and grow. They don't let criticism discourage them, but instead use it as fuel to improve and become better. This mindset allows them to turn negativity into a positive force for growth. Finally, smart people stay true to themselves. They don't let negative opinions change who they are or what they stand for. They remain confident in their values, their abilities, and their purpose. By staying true to themselves, they are able to filter out negativity and continue on their path, no matter what others may say. Their unwavering commitment to their own vision is what allows them to rise above criticism and achieve lasting success. Staying true to oneself and filtering out negative opinions allows smart individuals to walk their own path with confidence and clarity. But beyond confidence lies something even more powerful: integrity. It's not enough to pursue one's goals and tune out distractions. True success comes from acting in alignment with one's principles, especially when no one is watching. Integrity means standing firm in your values, doing the right thing not for applause or recognition, but because it's the foundation of your character. For smart people, integrity is a non-negotiable part of life. It's the quiet strength that drives every decision, big or small. When you act with integrity, there's a deep sense of inner peace that comes from knowing you've stayed true to your principles. Smart people understand that even when the world isn't watching, their actions matter. They know that cutting corners or compromising their values might bring short-term gains, but it erodes the very foundation of who they are. Integrity isn't about being perfect, but about consistently striving to align actions with beliefs, regardless of whether anyone else sees it. Integrity means that smart people hold themselves accountable, even when no one else will. They don't wait for external validation to act in the right way. Instead, they rely on their internal moral compass to guide them, even when doing the right thing is difficult or unpopular. This internal accountability is what sets them apart, as they never let external circumstances dictate their sense of right and wrong. A strong sense of integrity allows smart individuals to build trust with those around them. People recognize that they can be counted on to do what they say they will, not because they want something in return, but because it's simply the right thing to do. This reliability builds deep, meaningful relationships that are based on mutual respect and trust, and that trust creates a foundation for both personal and professional success. Smart people also understand that integrity involves consistency. It's not just about doing the right thing occasionally or when it's convenient, but about maintaining a high standard of honesty and ethical behavior in every situation. Whether it's handling a business deal, interacting with a friend, or making decisions that only affect themselves, they bring the same level of integrity to every aspect of their lives. Acting with integrity, especially when no one is watching, requires a high level of self-awareness. Smart individuals are constantly evaluating their actions, asking themselves if they are living in alignment with their values. This reflection ensures that they stay on the right path, even when it would be easier to take shortcuts or make compromises. They don't let momentary temptations lead them away from their principles. Integrity also involves making tough decisions. There will be times when doing the right thing comes at a personal cost, whether it's sacrificing an opportunity, losing money, or facing criticism. But smart people don't shy away from these difficult choices. They know that compromising their values, even in small ways, can have long-term consequences that are far more damaging than any short-term loss. They are willing to face those challenges head-on, confident in their ability to navigate them with integrity. Smart people also understand that integrity is not just about big, life-changing decisions. It's about the small, everyday choices that shape their character. Whether it's being honest in a conversation, honoring a commitment, or doing the right thing when it would be easier not to, they know that integrity is built over time through consistent actions. These small acts of integrity add up, creating a solid foundation of trustworthiness and respect. One of the reasons integrity is so important to smart individuals is because it aligns with their sense of purpose. They know that success achieved without integrity is hollow and unsustainable. For them, true success is about more than just reaching a goal. It's about reaching that goal in a way that reflects their values. This alignment between actions and principles gives them a sense of fulfillment that external rewards alone could never provide. By acting with integrity, smart people also avoid the internal conflict that comes from compromising their values. They don't have to live with the burden of guilt or regret because they know that they've stayed true to themselves. This internal harmony allows them to live with peace of mind, knowing that their actions reflect who they truly are, regardless of external circumstances. Integrity also serves as a guiding light in uncertain times. When faced with difficult or ambiguous situations, smart people rely on their principles to show them the way. They don't waver or get lost in the confusion, but instead let their integrity guide them through, making decisions that are aligned with their values, even when the path isn't clear. Smart individuals also understand that acting with integrity is a form of self-respect. They know that compromising their values, even when no one else knows, diminishes their own sense of worth. By holding themselves to a high standard of integrity, they maintain a strong sense of self-respect, which fuels their confidence and allows them to navigate life with clarity and purpose. Acting with integrity also sets a powerful example for others. Even when no one is watching in the moment, people eventually notice the consistency and trustworthiness of someone who lives by their principles. Smart people know that their actions can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that encourages more honesty and ethical behavior in the world around them. Integrity is also about staying true to your word. Smart individuals understand that their reputation is built on the promises they keep, and they take those promises seriously. Whether it's a personal commitment or a professional obligation, they follow through on their word, even when it's inconvenient or difficult. This reliability earns them the respect and admiration of others, reinforcing the trust they've built over time. They also know that acting with integrity requires humility. It's not about seeking praise or recognition for doing the right thing, but about quietly upholding their values regardless of whether anyone notices. Smart people don't act with integrity because they want to be seen as virtuous. They do it because it's who they are. This humility allows them to remain focused on their principles rather than getting caught up in the desire for approval. Smart individuals also recognize that acting with integrity often involves making unpopular decisions. There will be times when doing the right thing goes against the crowd or challenges the status quo. But they are willing to stand alone if necessary, confident in their ability to make decisions that are true to their values, even when others don't understand or agree. They also understand that integrity is not something that can be turned on and off. It's a way of life. Smart people don't just act with integrity when it's convenient or when they think they'll be rewarded for it. They live by their principles every day, in every situation, knowing that true integrity doesn't depend on external circumstances. One of the most powerful aspects of integrity is its ability to foster trust. People know that smart individuals who act with integrity can be relied upon, even in challenging situations. This trust extends beyond personal relationships. It impacts every area of life, from business partnerships to friendships. Smart people understand that trust is one of the most valuable currencies in life, and they protect it by always acting with honesty and integrity. They also understand that integrity involves admitting when they are wrong. Smart people don't let pride or ego get in the way of their principles. When they make a mistake, they own up to it, apologize if necessary, and take steps to make things right. This willingness to be accountable reinforces their integrity and builds even deeper trust with those around them. Another important aspect of integrity is transparency. Smart individuals don't hide behind lies or half-truths. They are open and honest about their actions, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. This transparency builds credibility and ensures that others can trust their word, knowing that they have nothing to hide. Integrity also involves having the courage to make difficult decisions, even when they come at a personal cost. Smart people are not afraid to make sacrifices if it means staying true to their values. Whether it's turning down a lucrative but unethical opportunity or standing up for what's right in the face of opposition, they are willing to do what's necessary to maintain their integrity. Smart individuals also recognize that acting with integrity requires consistency. They don't allow themselves to be swayed by external pressures or changing circumstances. Instead, they stay rooted in their principles, ensuring that their actions are consistent with their values, no matter what challenges arise. Another key to acting with integrity is practicing self-discipline. Smart people know that integrity often requires resisting temptation or taking the harder path. They practice self-discipline to ensure that they don't compromise their values for the sake of convenience or short-term gain. This discipline helps them stay focused on the bigger picture, knowing that integrity is always worth the effort. Smart individuals also understand that acting with integrity means treating others with respect and fairness. They don't take advantage of people or manipulate situations for personal gain. Instead, they approach every interaction with honesty and fairness, ensuring that their actions reflect their values of respect and kindness. They also know that integrity is about more than just following the rules. It's about doing what's right, even when the rules don't explicitly require it. Smart people don't hide behind technicalities or look for loopholes to justify unethical behavior. Instead, they hold themselves to a higher standard, always striving to act in alignment with their principles. Another important aspect of integrity is staying true to one's values, even in the face of adversity. Smart individuals know that tough times can test their resolve, but they don't let challenges shake their commitment to their principles. They remain steadfast in their integrity, confident that staying true to themselves will ultimately lead to the right outcomes. They also recognize that acting with integrity means being honest with themselves. Smart people don't deceive themselves about their motivations or actions. They are willing to confront uncomfortable truths and hold themselves accountable for their choices. This honesty with themselves ensures that they continue to grow and improve, always striving to be better versions of themselves. Finally, smart people understand that integrity is the foundation of a meaningful and fulfilling life. They know that success achieved without integrity is empty, and that true fulfillment comes from living in alignment with their values. By acting with integrity, even when no one is watching, they create a life that is not only successful, but deeply rooted in purpose, trust, and respect. Acting with integrity, even when no one is watching, lays a strong foundation for a life built on trust, respect, and authenticity. Integrity shapes how smart people approach everything, including how they handle difficult situations. When adversity strikes, it's their unwavering principles that give them strength. For them, adversity isn't just an obstacle. It's a test of character, a chance to grow stronger. Rather than seeing challenges as setbacks, they embrace them as opportunities to refine their skills, deepen their resilience, and emerge even more capable on the other side. Smart people understand that adversity is a natural part of life. They don't shy away from it or view it as something to avoid. Instead, they welcome it as a chance to develop their strength and adaptability. They see challenges as a way to sharpen their problem-solving skills and expand their understanding of what they are capable of achieving. For them, adversity is not something to fear, but something that can fuel their growth. Adversity has a way of revealing strengths that might otherwise remain hidden. Smart individuals know that it's often during the most difficult times that their true potential is unlocked. When faced with a challenge, they don't back down or feel defeated. Instead, they dig deep, finding resources within themselves they might not have realized were there. These moments of adversity become defining experiences, shaping their character in ways that smooth paths never could. For those who view adversity as a challenge, setbacks are not seen as failures. Instead, they are stepping stones on the path to success. Smart people know that success is rarely achieved without encountering difficulties along the way. Each setback provides valuable lessons, helping them to improve and refine their approach. With each challenge, they grow more resilient, more knowledgeable, and more prepared for future obstacles. Embracing adversity also means maintaining a positive mindset. Smart individuals understand that their attitude toward challenges determines how they will navigate them. They don't focus on the negatives or get bogged down in frustration. Instead, they approach adversity with optimism, believing that every challenge holds a solution and that they have the power to find it. This positive mindset keeps them motivated and prevents them from feeling overwhelmed. One of the key reasons smart people view adversity as a challenge is because they are focused on the long-term benefits. They understand that overcoming difficult situations builds strength, confidence, and experience. Each time they face and conquer a challenge, they come out on the other side with new skills and insights that they can apply to future situations. Adversity becomes a tool for personal and professional development, helping them continuously evolve. Smart individuals are also able to remain calm under pressure, even in the face of adversity. They don't let the stress or difficulty of a situation cloud their judgment. Instead, they take a step back, assess the situation with a clear mind, and develop a plan to overcome the challenge. This ability to stay calm allows them to approach adversity strategically rather than reacting impulsively or emotionally. Adversity also teaches smart people about perseverance. They know that challenges often require time and persistence to overcome. Rather than giving up when things get tough, they stay committed to their goals, even when progress seems slow. This perseverance not only helps them overcome the current challenge, but also builds a mindset of endurance that serves them well in all areas of life. Viewing adversity as a challenge also allows smart individuals to see failure in a new light. For them, failure is not the end. It's a part of the process. When they encounter failure, they don't see it as a sign that they should quit or that they aren't capable. Instead, they analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and use that knowledge to improve their future efforts. This ability to turn failure into a learning experience is one of the reasons they are able to grow and succeed, even in the face of adversity. Smart people also know that adversity often brings opportunities that wouldn't have been visible otherwise. They approach challenges with curiosity, looking for hidden possibilities that can arise from difficult situations. This mindset allows them to stay open to new paths, solutions, and ideas that might not have been considered if the adversity hadn't pushed them to think differently. In this way, challenges can lead to unexpected growth and opportunities for innovation. Another important aspect of embracing adversity is self-reflection. Smart individuals take the time to reflect on their experiences during challenging times. They ask themselves what they can learn from the situation, how they handled it, and what they might do differently in the future. This reflection allows them to gain deeper insights into themselves and their abilities, making them more prepared for the next challenge that comes their way. Smart people also recognize that adversity often brings growth not just in skills, but in emotional resilience. Facing challenges requires emotional strength, and each time they overcome a difficult situation, they become more resilient. This emotional growth allows them to handle future stress and difficulties with greater ease, as they've already developed the tools needed to stay grounded and focused in the face of adversity. In times of adversity, smart people are also quick to seek solutions rather than dwelling on the problem. They don't waste time feeling sorry for themselves or getting stuck in negativity. Instead, they shift their focus toward finding a way forward. This solution-oriented mindset helps them navigate challenges more efficiently and prevents them from getting bogged down by the obstacles they face. One of the reasons smart people thrive in the face of adversity is because they have developed a strong sense of self-reliance. They trust in their own abilities to handle whatever comes their way. This confidence allows them to face challenges head-on, knowing that they have the inner strength and resources to overcome them. At the same time, they are not afraid to ask for help when needed, recognizing that collaboration can often lead to better solutions. Another important aspect of handling adversity is adaptability. Smart individuals know that challenges often require flexibility and a willingness to adjust their plans. They don't get stuck in rigid thinking or become discouraged when things don't go as expected. Instead, they adapt to the situation, finding new ways to approach the challenge and continue moving forward. This adaptability allows them to remain effective, even in unpredictable or difficult circumstances. Smart people also understand the importance of maintaining their energy and well-being during times of adversity. They know that challenges can be physically and emotionally draining, so they prioritize self-care, ensuring that they have the strength and resilience needed to keep pushing forward. Whether it's through exercise, mindfulness, or taking breaks to recharge, they take care of themselves so that they can continue to tackle adversity with focus and determination. They also embrace the idea that adversity can strengthen relationships. Smart people recognize that difficult times often bring people closer together, as they rely on each other for support and encouragement. They don't isolate themselves during challenges, but instead reach out to trusted friends, colleagues, or mentors for guidance. This support network not only helps them navigate the adversity more effectively, but also deepens the bonds they share with others. Adversity also teaches smart individuals the value of patience. They understand that not all challenges can be solved quickly, and sometimes it takes time for a solution to reveal itself. Rather than rushing to find an immediate fix, they are willing to be patient, allowing the situation to unfold while they remain focused and persistent. This patience allows them to avoid unnecessary mistakes and ensures that they approach the challenge with clarity and thoughtfulness. Smart people also use adversity as a way to practice gratitude. While it may seem counterintuitive, they recognize that challenges can highlight the things they have to be thankful for. Adversity often brings perspective, reminding them of the strength, resources, and support they have at their disposal. This gratitude helps them maintain a positive outlook, even in the face of difficulties, and gives them the motivation to keep moving forward. One of the reasons smart individuals view adversity as a challenge is because they are committed to lifelong growth. They see every challenge as an opportunity to learn something new and improve themselves. This commitment to growth keeps them motivated, even when the path ahead is difficult, because they know that overcoming adversity will make them stronger and more capable in the long run. Smart people also understand that adversity builds resilience. Each time they face a challenge and come out on the other side, they become more resilient, more capable of handling future difficulties with grace and strength. This resilience is what allows them to remain calm and focused, even when faced with overwhelming challenges, because they know they've been through tough times before and come out stronger. Another key to viewing adversity as a challenge is staying flexible in one's approach. Smart individuals don't get stuck in a single way of thinking or doing things. When they encounter a challenge, they are willing to adjust their strategy, try new methods, and explore different options. This flexibility allows them to find creative solutions that might not have been apparent if they had stuck to a rigid plan. They also recognize that adversity often brings clarity. When faced with a difficult situation, they are forced to focus on what truly matters and let go of distractions or unimportant concerns. This clarity allows them to prioritize their efforts and concentrate on the most critical aspects of the challenge, ensuring that their energy is used effectively. Smart people also use adversity as an opportunity to build character. They know that how they respond to challenges says a lot about who they are. By facing adversity with courage, integrity, and perseverance, they not only strengthen their skills, but also their character. Each challenge becomes an opportunity to reinforce the qualities they want to embody, making them more resilient and grounded in their values. Adversity also teaches smart individuals about humility. When faced with a challenge, they are reminded that they don't have all the answers and that they too are vulnerable to difficulties. This humility allows them to remain open to learning, seek help when needed, and continue growing, rather than letting pride or arrogance get in the way. Smart people also understand that adversity often forces them to think more creatively. When faced with a problem, they are pushed to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions. This creative thinking not only helps them overcome the immediate challenge, but also enhances their problem-solving skills for future situations. They also approach adversity with a sense of curiosity. Instead of feeling frustrated or defeated by a challenge, they become curious about how they can overcome it. This curiosity keeps them engaged and motivated, turning the challenge into a puzzle that they are eager to solve, rather than a problem they are trying to avoid. Another important aspect of embracing adversity is maintaining a growth mindset. Smart individuals believe that their abilities can be developed through effort and learning. This mindset allows them to see challenges as opportunities to stretch themselves and grow, rather than as threats to their capabilities. With each challenge, they become more confident in their ability to improve and succeed. Finally, smart people understand that adversity is an inevitable part of life, and by facing it with courage and determination, they become stronger, wiser, and more capable. They don't let challenges define them or limit their potential. Instead, they use adversity as fuel for their growth, knowing that each challenge they overcome brings them one step closer to their goals and helps them build the life they envision. Overcoming adversity requires resilience, adaptability, and the ability to view challenges as opportunities for growth. But even the strongest individuals know that navigating life's difficulties isn't always a solo endeavor. While embracing adversity strengthens self-reliance, true wisdom lies in knowing when to stand alone and when to reach out for help. Smart people master the art of balancing independence with the awareness that, at times, collaboration and guidance are essential for achieving their goals. Self-reliance is about trusting in one's own abilities and taking responsibility for one's path. Smart individuals pride themselves on their independence, knowing that it fosters personal growth, confidence, and strength. They have the discipline to tackle challenges head-on, relying on their skills, knowledge, and resilience to find solutions. This sense of autonomy allows them to navigate the world with confidence, knowing they are capable of handling whatever comes their way. However, self-reliance does not mean isolation. Smart people understand that independence doesn't require doing everything alone. They know that there are moments when asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of wisdom. Being self-reliant means knowing your limits, recognizing when external expertise or support is needed, and having the humility to seek it out. Smart individuals recognize that collaboration can bring new perspectives and solutions they may not have considered. When they encounter challenges that push them beyond their comfort zone, they are open to learning from others who have more experience or insight in a particular area. By combining their independence with the collective knowledge of others, they create stronger, more innovative solutions. Asking for help requires vulnerability, but it also shows strength. Smart people are secure enough in themselves to admit when they don't have all the answers. This self-awareness allows them to grow as they learn from those who have faced similar challenges. By seeking help, they gain new knowledge, skills, and perspectives, which further enhances their own self-reliance in the long run. Independence allows smart individuals to be self-motivated. They don't rely on others to push them forward. They set their own goals and take the necessary steps to achieve them. This drive comes from within, fueled by a desire to grow and succeed on their own terms. However, they also understand that reaching their full potential often involves collaboration, mentorship, and guidance from others who can help them see their blind spots and unlock new opportunities. Smart people also know that there is a time and place for asking for help. They don't reach out for assistance at the first sign of difficulty, but instead evaluate the situation to determine whether it's something they can handle on their own or if external support is needed. This discernment ensures that they maintain their independence while still being open to collaboration when necessary. One of the reasons smart individuals are comfortable asking for help is because they are secure in their abilities. They don't see asking for help as a reflection of inadequacy, but rather as an opportunity to learn and grow. By surrounding themselves with people who complement their strengths and fill in their gaps, they are able to achieve more than they could on their own. At the same time, smart people take responsibility for their own growth. They don't rely on others to do the work for them or to provide all the answers. Instead, they view assistance as a tool that helps them on their journey, but they remain in control of their path. This balance allows them to benefit from collaboration while still maintaining their autonomy. Another reason smart people value self-reliance is because it builds confidence. Each time they solve a problem on their own or navigate a challenge without external help, they gain a deeper belief in their abilities. This confidence reinforces their independence, making them more self-assured in their decisions and more willing to take on difficult tasks without hesitation. Smart individuals also recognize that self-reliance requires continuous learning. They invest in their own personal and professional development, constantly seeking new knowledge and skills that will allow them to handle future challenges with confidence. This commitment to growth ensures that they are always improving, becoming more capable and self-sufficient over time. However, self-reliance doesn't mean refusing help when it's offered. Smart people understand that collaboration can lead to better outcomes, and they are open to working with others who bring valuable insights or skills to the table. They see these partnerships as mutually beneficial, where both parties learn and grow together, rather than as a sign of dependence. In addition to seeking help when needed, smart individuals also know the importance of giving help. They understand that their own self-reliance is strengthened by the support they receive from others, and they are eager to pay it forward. By offering their knowledge and skills to those who need it, they create a network of mutual support that benefits everyone involved. Smart people also recognize that being self-reliant doesn't mean being immune to failure. They know that mistakes and setbacks are part of the journey, and they are willing to take risks, even if it means facing failure. When things don't go as planned, they evaluate what went wrong and seek help to understand how to improve. This ability to learn from failure, combined with their willingness to seek guidance, allows them to bounce back stronger. Another key to balancing self-reliance with seeking help is understanding the importance of relationships. Smart individuals know that meaningful connections with others provide not only support, but also opportunities for growth and learning. They cultivate relationships with mentors, peers, and colleagues who challenge them to think differently and push them to reach new heights. One of the reasons smart people value self-reliance is because it fosters creativity. When they face challenges on their own, they are pushed to think outside the box and come up with innovative solutions. This creative problem-solving strengthens their ability to handle future challenges and deepens their belief in their own capabilities. At the same time, smart individuals are not afraid to ask for help when they recognize that someone else's expertise can add value to the solution. They don't let pride get in the way of making the best decision, and they are always willing to listen to others who bring new perspectives or skills that they may not possess. Smart people also understand that asking for help builds stronger teams. By creating an environment where collaboration and open communication are encouraged, they foster a sense of trust and respect among their peers. This teamwork allows everyone to contribute their strengths, leading to better outcomes for all involved. One of the reasons self-reliance is so important is because it empowers smart individuals to take ownership of their lives. They don't wait for others to make decisions for them or solve their problems. Instead, they take charge of their own destiny, confident in their ability to create the future they want. However, they are wise enough to recognize when collaboration is necessary to achieve their goals more effectively. Smart people also know that asking for help is not just about receiving support, but about fostering a learning mindset. When they seek guidance from others, they open themselves up to new ways of thinking and problem-solving. This learning process not only helps them overcome the immediate challenge, but also equips them with the knowledge and skills they can apply to future situations. One of the benefits of balancing self-reliance with seeking help is that it prevents burnout. Smart individuals understand that trying to do everything on their own can lead to exhaustion and frustration. By knowing when to ask for help, they avoid overloading themselves and ensure that they have the energy and focus needed to continue moving forward with their goals. Smart people also recognize that seeking help fosters growth in relationships. When they ask for assistance, they show trust and respect for the other person's expertise. This builds stronger connections and encourages a culture of collaboration and mutual support. In turn, these relationships become valuable resources that they can draw on when facing future challenges. They also know that self-reliance is about more than just solving problems. It's about being proactive in their own growth and development. Smart individuals take responsibility for their own learning, seeking out new opportunities and experiences that will help them grow. However, they are always open to guidance from others who can help them accelerate their progress or open new doors. Another important aspect of balancing self-reliance and asking for help is understanding when to let go of control. Smart people know that while independence is valuable, trying to control everything can be limiting. They are willing to delegate tasks or seek input from others when it's clear that collaboration will lead to better outcomes. Smart individuals also practice self-reflection as part of their self-reliance. They regularly evaluate their actions and decisions to ensure that they are staying true to their goals and values. This self-awareness allows them to identify when they need help and when they are capable of handling challenges on their own. They also recognize that self-reliance requires resilience. Smart people know that they won't always have the answers or the perfect solution, but they don't let setbacks discourage them. They keep pushing forward, confident in their ability to find a way through, even if it means asking for help along the way. Another key to balancing self-reliance with seeking help is maintaining a growth mindset. Smart individuals understand that they are always learning and evolving. They don't see asking for help as a sign of weakness, but as an opportunity to learn from others and grow in their own abilities. This mindset allows them to approach challenges with curiosity, knowing that every experience is an opportunity for growth. Smart people also understand the importance of timing when it comes to asking for help. They don't wait until they are overwhelmed or at a breaking point to seek assistance. Instead, they are proactive, recognizing when they need support early on and reaching out before the situation becomes too difficult to manage. They also know that self-reliance doesn't mean shutting out feedback. Smart individuals are open to constructive criticism and suggestions from others. They see feedback as a valuable tool for growth and improvement, and they are willing to listen and make adjustments based on the insights of those around them. Finally, smart people understand that true self-reliance is about knowing when to lead and when to follow. They are confident in their ability to take charge of their own path, but they are also humble enough to recognize when someone else's expertise can help them reach their destination more efficiently. By balancing independence with collaboration, they ensure that they are always moving forward with purpose, strength, and wisdom. Balancing self-reliance with knowing when to ask for help requires wisdom and humility. This balance empowers smart individuals to navigate challenges with confidence while acknowledging the importance of support. However, even with the strength of independence and the wisdom of collaboration, one cannot sustain long-term success without prioritizing mental and physical wellness. Taking care of the mind and body is not just about achieving balance. It's about recognizing that true success is built on a foundation of health. For smart people, nurturing both their mental and physical well-being is essential for maintaining resilience, energy, and clarity in all aspects of life. Mental wellness is the cornerstone of smart individual success. They understand that without a strong and healthy mind, no amount of hard work or talent will be enough to sustain their progress. Smart people invest time and energy into maintaining their mental health, knowing that a clear and focused mind allows them to make better decisions, solve problems more creatively, and navigate stress with greater ease. One way they prioritize mental wellness is by practicing mindfulness. Smart individuals take time each day to quiet their minds, whether through meditation, breathing exercises, or simply moments of reflection. This mindfulness helps them stay present, reduces stress, and keeps them connected to their goals and values. By cultivating this practice, they are able to maintain mental clarity and emotional balance, even in challenging times. They also recognize the importance of managing stress. Smart people understand that stress is a natural part of life, but they don't let it overwhelm them. They develop healthy coping mechanisms such as regular exercise, time in nature, or engaging in hobbies they enjoy. These activities help them release tension and recharge their mental energy, ensuring they are always operating at their best. Physical wellness is equally important. Smart individuals know that their bodies are the vehicles through which they experience and achieve success. Without physical health, their ability to pursue their goals would be significantly hindered. They prioritize regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep to keep their bodies strong, energized, and ready to meet the demands of their lives. They understand that physical activity isn't just about looking good or staying fit. It's about maintaining the energy and stamina needed to pursue their ambitions. Smart people incorporate movement into their daily routines, whether through strength training, yoga, running, or even a brisk walk. This regular activity not only keeps their bodies healthy, but also boosts their mental clarity, as physical exercise is proven to improve cognitive function and reduce stress. Nutrition is another key area where smart people focus their attention. They understand that what they put into their bodies affects their energy levels, mood, and overall health. Smart individuals make conscious choices about their diet, opting for whole, nutrient-dense foods that fuel their bodies and minds. By prioritizing good nutrition, they ensure they have the energy and focus needed to tackle each day with purpose and determination. Sleep is also a non-negotiable aspect of wellness for smart people. They recognize that adequate rest is crucial for both mental and physical health. Rather than sacrificing sleep to get more work done, they understand that proper rest enhances their productivity and decision-making abilities. Smart people create healthy sleep routines that allow them to wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day. They also know the importance of emotional well-being. Smart individuals are attuned to their emotions and practice self-awareness to ensure they are managing their feelings in healthy ways. Whether it's through journaling, talking to a therapist, or engaging in meaningful conversations with loved ones, they prioritize emotional expression and reflection. This focus on emotional health allows them to maintain strong relationships and a positive mindset, both of which are crucial for long-term success. Another way smart people take care of their mental and physical wellness is by setting boundaries. They know that in order to protect their health, they must establish limits on their time, energy, and resources. Whether it's saying no to extra commitments, taking time off when needed, or carving out personal time for self-care, they set clear boundaries to ensure they don't burn out. These boundaries help them stay balanced and focused on what truly matters. In addition to setting boundaries, smart individuals recognize the importance of taking regular breaks. They don't believe in working non-stop, as they know that continuous effort without rest leads to diminishing returns. By taking breaks throughout the day and scheduling vacations or downtime, they allow themselves to recharge, which ultimately makes them more productive and creative. Smart people also understand the connection between mental and physical wellness. They know that taking care of their bodies has a direct impact on their mental health, and vice versa. By maintaining a healthy lifestyle, they enhance their ability to think clearly, manage stress, and stay focused on their goals. This holistic approach ensures that they are always operating at their highest potential. They also practice gratitude as part of their mental wellness routine. Smart individuals regularly take time to reflect on the positive aspects of their lives and express gratitude for the things they have. This practice not only boosts their mood and outlook, but also helps them stay grounded and focused on what truly matters. Gratitude shifts their perspective, allowing them to maintain a positive mindset even when faced with challenges. Smart people also understand that mental and physical wellness are lifelong commitments. They don't treat wellness as a short-term goal, but as an ongoing practice. They continuously seek ways to improve their well-being, whether through learning new techniques for managing stress, adopting healthier eating habits, or finding new forms of exercise that they enjoy. This commitment to continuous improvement ensures that they are always moving toward better health and greater success. They also recognize the importance of social connections in maintaining wellness. Smart individuals prioritize their relationships with friends, family, and colleagues, knowing that meaningful connections provide emotional support, reduce stress, and enhance overall happiness. By nurturing these relationships, they create a strong support system that helps them maintain balance and well-being in all areas of life. In addition to focusing on their own wellness, smart people encourage those around them to do the same. They recognize that a healthy, balanced environment benefits everyone, and they lead by example, inspiring others to prioritize their mental and physical health. Whether it's encouraging a friend to take a break or promoting a healthy work-life balance within their team, they contribute to a culture of wellness wherever they go. Smart individuals also practice self-compassion as part of their wellness routine. They understand that perfection is unattainable and that it's okay to have setbacks or off days. Rather than being overly critical of themselves, they practice kindness and understanding, allowing themselves the space to rest and recover when needed. This self-compassion not only supports their mental health, but also helps them maintain a positive outlook and avoid burnout. They also know that wellness isn't just about avoiding illness, it's about thriving. Smart people take proactive steps to enhance their well-being, whether it's through regular checkups, preventive health measures, or engaging in activities that bring them joy and fulfillment. They don't wait until something is wrong to focus on their health. Instead, they prioritize wellness as an integral part of their daily lives. Smart people also make time for hobbies and activities that bring them joy. They understand that engaging in activities they love is an important part of maintaining mental and emotional well-being. Whether it's playing a musical instrument, painting, hiking, or spending time with loved ones, these activities provide a sense of fulfillment and relaxation that helps them recharge and stay balanced. They also prioritize mental stimulation as part of their wellness routine. Smart individuals recognize that keeping the mind active is essential for long-term mental health. They engage in activities that challenge their cognitive abilities, such as reading, puzzles, or learning new skills. By keeping their minds sharp, they enhance their ability to think critically, solve problems, and stay mentally agile. Smart individuals also cultivate a growth mindset when it comes to wellness. They understand that there is always room for improvement and that they can continue to grow and evolve in their approach to health. This mindset allows them to stay open to new ideas, practices, and strategies for enhancing their mental and physical well-being, ensuring that they are always moving forward in their wellness journey. They also know that wellness involves finding balance in all areas of life. Smart people prioritize a healthy work-life balance, recognizing that both professional success and personal fulfillment are important for long-term happiness. They make time for both their careers and their personal lives, ensuring that they are not neglecting one at the expense of the other. Another key aspect of wellness is resilience. Smart individuals develop resilience through their wellness practices, knowing that a strong mind and body help them bounce back from challenges more quickly. Whether it's dealing with stress, setbacks, or personal struggles, they rely on their physical and mental strength to recover and continue moving forward. Smart people also understand that wellness is about making small, consistent choices that add up over time. They don't expect to achieve perfect health overnight, but instead focus on making daily decisions that contribute to their well-being. Whether it's choosing to eat a healthy meal, taking a walk, or practicing mindfulness, these small choices create a foundation of wellness that supports their long-term success. They also know that mental and physical wellness are interconnected with purpose. Smart individuals understand that living with a sense of purpose enhances their well-being, giving them the motivation and energy to take care of themselves. By aligning their goals and actions with their values, they create a life that is both fulfilling and healthy. Finally, smart people recognize that wellness is a journey, not a destination. They approach their mental and physical health with curiosity, always looking for new ways to improve and grow. This commitment to continuous wellness ensures that they are always moving toward a healthier, more balanced, and more successful life. Maintaining mental and physical wellness creates a strong foundation for long-term success, but it is curiosity and a love for learning that propel smart individuals forward. They understand that growth never stops, and that staying curious is essential for keeping the mind sharp and their perspective fresh. Curiosity is not just about gaining more knowledge. It's about staying open to new ideas, constantly challenging oneself, and evolving with the world around them. This mindset keeps smart people innovative and adaptable, always seeking out the next lesson that will lead to greater understanding and opportunity. Curiosity is the fuel that drives lifelong learning. Smart people cultivate this trait by embracing a mindset of wonder and exploration, no matter where they are in life. They actively seek out new experiences and knowledge, not because they have to, but because they understand that every new piece of information adds value. This constant desire to learn keeps their minds engaged and helps them stay ahead of the curve in both their personal and professional lives. For smart individuals, learning is not confined to formal education. They see every moment, every conversation, and every experience as an opportunity to gain knowledge. Whether it's picking up a book, attending a seminar, or simply asking questions during a conversation, they never miss a chance to expand their understanding. This approach helps them stay versatile and well-rounded, able to navigate a wide range of topics and situations with confidence. One of the reasons they never stop learning is because they understand that the world is constantly changing. New technologies, ideas, and challenges emerge every day, and smart people know that in order to stay relevant and innovative, they must keep up with these changes. By staying curious, they remain flexible and adaptable, always ready to take on new challenges with a fresh perspective. Curiosity also helps smart individuals stay humble. They know that there is always more to learn and that no one has all the answers. This humility allows them to approach each new subject with an open mind, eager to learn from others and discover new ways of thinking. It also helps them build stronger relationships, as their genuine interest in others' perspectives fosters deeper connections and understanding. Smart people also recognize that curiosity leads to creativity. By constantly seeking new knowledge and experiences, they expose themselves to different ways of thinking, which sparks innovative ideas. This creativity is what allows them to solve problems in unique ways, develop new solutions, and push boundaries in their work and personal lives. They are never satisfied with the status quo and are always looking for ways to improve and innovate. They also understand that learning is a continuous process. Smart individuals don't see learning as something that ends after school or after they've reached a certain level of expertise. Instead, they view it as a lifelong journey. They are always seeking to learn something new, whether it's a skill, a piece of information, or a new perspective. This continuous learning keeps them sharp and ensures they are always growing. Staying curious also means embracing challenges. Smart people know that true growth comes from pushing oneself out of the comfort zone. They don't shy away from difficult tasks or unfamiliar subjects. Instead, they see these challenges as opportunities to learn and develop new skills. This willingness to face the unknown is what keeps them constantly evolving and moving forward. Smart individuals also prioritize learning from others. They understand that everyone has something valuable to offer, and that by listening to different perspectives, they can expand their own understanding. Whether it's learning from a mentor, a colleague, or even a stranger, they approach each interaction with the mindset that there is always something new to discover. In addition to seeking external knowledge, smart people are also committed to self-reflection. They regularly evaluate their own thoughts, actions, and behaviors to learn more about themselves. This introspection helps them understand their strengths and weaknesses, which in turn allows them to make better decisions and continue growing as individuals. By staying curious about their own development, they ensure that they are always improving. Smart people also understand the importance of curiosity in maintaining mental agility. By continuously learning and challenging themselves, they keep their minds sharp and prevent cognitive decline. They engage in activities that stimulate their brain, such as reading, solving puzzles, or learning a new language. This mental exercise helps them stay sharp, focused, and ready to tackle any challenge that comes their way. They also embrace the idea that failure is a part of learning. Smart individuals know that not every attempt will be successful, but they don't let that stop them from trying new things. They view failures as valuable learning experiences that teach them what doesn't work and bring them closer to finding solutions that do. This resilience in the face of failure is what allows them to continue learning and growing, even when things don't go as planned. Curiosity also drives smart people to ask questions. They are not afraid to seek clarification or challenge existing ideas. This questioning mindset helps them uncover new insights and deepen their understanding of the world around them. They don't accept things at face value, but instead dig deeper to find the meaning and context behind the information they encounter. Smart individuals also recognize the importance of staying curious in order to adapt to change. The world is constantly evolving, and those who remain open to learning are better equipped to handle these changes. Whether it's adapting to new technologies, industries, or societal shifts, they stay ahead by continuously seeking out new information and skills that will help them thrive in an ever-changing landscape. Another key to their curiosity is that they are not afraid to explore unfamiliar territory. Smart people are willing to step outside of their comfort zones and delve into subjects they know little about. This openness to new experiences allows them to grow in ways they might not have expected, as they discover new passions and interests that enrich their lives and broaden their horizons. Smart individuals also use curiosity to fuel their personal development. They are constantly seeking ways to improve themselves, whether it's through learning new skills, developing better habits, or enhancing their emotional intelligence. This commitment to personal growth ensures that they are always becoming better versions of themselves, capable of achieving more and contributing more to the world around them. They also understand that curiosity keeps life exciting. Smart people never get bored because they are always discovering something new. Whether it's learning about a new culture, picking up a new hobby, or diving into a new field of study, they find joy in the process of learning and exploration. This sense of excitement keeps them engaged and motivated, both in their personal lives and their professional pursuits. Curiosity also fosters innovation. Smart individuals are constantly looking for ways to improve systems, processes, and ideas. They don't settle for the way things have always been done, but instead seek out new methods and approaches that can lead to better results. This innovative mindset is what allows them to stay ahead of the curve and create value in whatever they do. They also recognize that staying curious is essential for building resilience. When faced with challenges or setbacks, smart people don't give up. Instead, they approach the situation with curiosity, asking themselves how they can overcome the obstacle and what they can learn from it. This mindset allows them to turn difficulties into opportunities for growth and improvement. Smart individuals also understand that curiosity fosters empathy. By staying open to learning about others' experiences, perspectives, and cultures, they develop a deeper understanding of the world and the people in it. This empathy not only helps them build stronger relationships, but also allows them to approach problems and conflicts with greater compassion and insight. They also see learning as a way to stay relevant in their fields. Smart people know that industries and technologies are constantly evolving, and they make it a priority to stay informed and up to date. Whether it's attending workshops, reading industry publications, or learning new tools, they are always seeking out ways to enhance their expertise and stay competitive. Another key to staying curious is embracing uncertainty. Smart individuals don't fear the unknown, but instead view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. They are comfortable with ambiguity and are willing to take risks, knowing that even if the outcome is uncertain, the experience will teach them valuable lessons. They also use curiosity to fuel their creativity. Smart people know that innovation often comes from exploring new ideas and perspectives. By staying curious and open to new concepts, they allow themselves to think outside the box and come up with creative solutions to the challenges they face. This creative thinking is what sets them apart and allows them to find success in even the most difficult situations. Another benefit of curiosity is that it keeps smart people adaptable. In a world that is constantly changing, those who are willing to learn and grow are the ones who thrive. Smart individuals are not set in their ways, but are always open to new information and willing to adjust their approach when necessary. This adaptability is what allows them to navigate change with ease and continue moving forward, no matter what challenges arise. They also recognize that curiosity leads to self-awareness. By constantly questioning and reflecting on their own thoughts, actions, and beliefs, smart individuals gain a deeper understanding of themselves. This self-awareness helps them make better decisions, set more meaningful goals, and stay true to their values, even as they continue to grow and evolve. Another important aspect of staying curious is that it keeps smart individuals motivated. They are driven by a desire to learn and grow, and this motivation pushes them to keep striving for more. Whether it's mastering a new skill, gaining new knowledge, or achieving a new goal, their curiosity keeps them engaged and excited about the journey. Smart people also use curiosity to build stronger relationships. By asking questions and showing genuine interest in others, they foster deeper connections and gain valuable insights from the people around them. This curiosity helps them build a network of relationships that supports their growth and success. Finally, smart individuals understand that curiosity is the key to unlocking their full potential. By staying open to learning and constantly seeking out new opportunities for growth, they ensure that they are always evolving and reaching new heights. They know that there is no limit to what they can achieve as long as they remain curious, open, and committed to lifelong learning. As we've explored these powerful rules, It's clear that smart people follow Stoic principles not just to succeed, but to live with purpose, integrity, and strength. They embrace what they can control, remain grounded, and continuously learn and grow. Every challenge becomes an opportunity, every moment a chance to act with wisdom. The real question is, are you ready to apply these rules in your life and rise above distractions, fear, and doubt? Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. If these principles resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these rules will you focus on first? Let's start a meaningful conversation about what it takes to live smarter, more purposeful lives. And if you found value in this content, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more insights that can help you thrive. Join this journey of growth and empowerment. We're just getting started.